Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, wonders, and welcome back to the table. It's been quite the week. A lot of you joined us for the fan art stream earlier today, which was a lot of fun. We got to show off a bunch of that lovely fan art. And for those of you wondering, I know week in, week out, I see these comments, where's the flag? Who won the flag contest? But don't worry, those flags are being shipped, and they're on their way here.
I'm excited
so
to
we'll
see
be able to show that off, hopefully next week. That is tentatively when they're supposed to arrive. But yeah, as soon as we get them, that is when the winner will be unveiled, because I want to be able to unfurl it and show it off for everybody at home who's put in the time and effort. Don't worry, they're a-coming. So we ended on a relatively interesting note last time. We just discussed our, well, at least Wake's plan for the heist, which I think is genius, brilliant.
Of course.
Infallible.
Almost out of characterly good.
Yes. But we were busted in upon. So yeah, an incredibly amazing plan. They can't possibly go wrong. Don't even need to roll for it because you know what that result would be.
10 out of 10.
Anyway, but unfortunately at the tail end of that, we got, first of all, Eloy saw what he thought to be a cat man, but nobody else could verify that. And then we were busted in upon by Lieutenant Gore.
Hello, it's me.
So yeah, that's where we left off. And that's where we are now.
I hear you boys are in the tails ends of a heist.
No, where would you hear that?
whoa.
I say covering up a map. There's no such thing at all, sir.
Gore's not moving after that. Strangely not moving. He's just staring at you.
Okay, look. You know, like it's complicated, really. Is he still not moving?
He's still not moving.
Like just frozen?
He's I don't know, roll an investigation.
Okay.
I mean, you do know, but we don't know.
Yeah, I do. You don't.
Wake is too terrified. He rolled a 2.
I have a modified 20.
Oh, okay. Let me roll against that.
So Wake's just sitting there stammering. Well, I mean, look, it's... Okay, maybe, but heist isn't the right word.
Okay, while Wake is flailing at trying to explain this...
I'm a seasoned con man. I'm used to being
you just
caught
stop
in
and say,
lies.
like, wait a minute. Something's artificial about Gore looking at you. Like, he's not breathing.
Oh. I walk over to Gore and kind of like do a little like wave my hand in front of him.
Ezra, now not a time probably to be upsetting the...
Hold on. I'm testing something. I poke his forehead.
Your finger goes through him.
He was a ghost this whole time?
Not quite, as Convictoric turns the corner.
He was a cat this whole time?
I look over at Eloy. Is this the cat you were talking about?
Where have you hidden the real Lieutenant Gore?
A fine impression, don't you think? He waves his hand over Gore's face and he disappears.
I gotta learn that. That was,
That seems incredibly useful.
Okay, so... I don't believe we've met.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. Well, have you not introduced me to your friends?
Kind of impossible to, since until now we thought you were imaginary.
I tried, remember? You were right there, and everybody was like, no, I don't see nobody, and then you disappeared.
Yes, that was quite amusing, actually.
Who are you and what are you doing on our ship?
My name is Convictora. I am here on the behalf of the Fine Day Boardwalk Company.
Scramble! This way because he shoves the stuff up.
No.
Calm yourself.
Now, there's no need to get upset.
Okay.
We're not here to pose harm. Actually, I have a proposition in mind, but we'll get to that in a few minutes.
Okay. He says, picking stuff back up.
He there's something also weird about Convictora that, let me roll, you go ahead and roll an insight check.
Should I poke his forehead?
Slightly less, 17.
Wait
Goddamn.
goes to poke his forehead.
Your finger goes right through him.
Modified 20.
Oh, I dumbed my way into a smart.
Yeah. No, you pretty much, you got it, but you feel static when you do so.
Ow!
Please stop that. The technology is very experimental.
Technology?
Yes, we are quite adamant in our ways when it comes to technology, though we don't like to speak about it while the Navy and the Calls are around.
Yeah, I thought they don't like that kind of stuff.
We've been experimenting with a new scrying orb that the magic users like to call.
I mean, like that thing we batted into the ocean?
Yes, it was quite annoying to fish out, actually.
We figured you
Just
were using it to follow us. We didn't know what your intentions were.
I mean, he probably still was. I'm not upset about what we did.
No, yeah, same.
He smiles at that when you say, we don't, what I did. He's just like, oh, there's plenty of things we've seen that you've did. Like, oh, I don't know, a fellow crew member of mine. You might know her as the owner of the zoo. I had a fun little conversation about that. We had a lot of bribes to take care of. Unfortunately, Gore found out due to slip of the cracks. By the way, did you like my Gore impression? Hello, it's me! And that's coming straight from him.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Oh, thank you. I've been practicing on that ever since I've been spying on you.
Duly noted. How long has that been exactly?
Since you got here.
Great.
So
I say as I... So...
why did you bribe them to get them off our tail? What's that? How does this benefit you? Not that I'm not grateful.
Well,
By the way, I'm going to sleight of hand the package that was on the table.
If that's any indication.
If that is an indication. That is a...
what package?
Hold on, modified... Do I have Okay, modified 19.
Modified 19?
Yeah, just pocket the
Well, he doesn't see you. Like, you are...
grand design.
Yeah, you pretty much, like, scarf that away. And Convictor is like, well, we know why you're here. I mean, our network of friends do have a long reach of messengers. You are here on behalf of Mead, I believe.
That's true.
And
Partly.
if that's the case, then you have something that we would like to take a peek at.
I'm
However,
sure I
that is
do.
not our property, though we would like to investigate a little further, seeing as though we are on the same side.
Well, it seems you have something else that's also not your property that we're interested in, as
Yes.
you're aware.
Oh, yes, I'm very aware. And that's why I came here under the right of Mr. Lot's Parley. You watch as Riss, Scrung, Gopher, and Pliskin all just go, damn it! Damn it, damn it, damn it. All of them just, like, get the... Like, you know, like, when people explain Excalibur in that one anime? That's the face they all just fucking gave right now, like... Fuck, we can't go back on this. They're
yeah, we should always look at them like, okay.
Gopher looks at you. You don't understand what that means, do you, lad? While
As I am not a pirate, I suppose I don't.
Roll a knowledge check.
I suppose I... Okay, that's a modified 20.
I was going to say 19 for me, so I guess I might be aware too.
Yeah, so parlay is that magical little word that means we'd like to negotiate, and if you don't honor this negotiation, every fucking pirate in the entire goddamn planet that runs on the code is going to kill you.
All right.
Fair enough.
Well, welcome aboard the Yeldon. I guess make
Trust me, I already know all that. Why do you think we have our hands in so many things here? We run this whole island.
I could have figured that.
Yes. By the way, it was quite unfortunate that your little friend lost that fight. It is quite unfortunate, although I do recall remembering that, oh yes, that's right, we're carnival folk, and not only that, we're pirates.
Enjoy the money.
Oh, we don't need the money, of course not. We also know that you lost a little bet with one of our beneficiaries of sort. I don't like the man, but
You work
unfortunately...
with the calls?
Well, of course we work with the calls. I mean, we'd rather have a bunch of naive little children princes running a couple of our money businesses around here. But the fact that Gore's here, that kind of runs a little bit of a gambit in us having the collective one's heart now, doesn't it?
A bit.
Indeed. That's why we'd like to have you take up Gore's offer and then bring back some information for us on what he wants to do.
Oh,
By the
really?
way, it is quite fun that you lost to Mr. Castor. We pretty much don't like that man. He's kind of a pompous douche.
Yeah,
that's the impression I got.
I agree with that, actually. You know,
And-
this is the first time I think we're seeing eye to eye on something.
In fact, I hear tell that Mr. Castor came to us afterwards, who may or not be the buyer of said heart.
I thought it was the prince.
they're buying from Castor afterwards. The prince has no idea where it's coming from or what this is.
So what's
That's on our behalf. You see, in part of the grand design, we're the R&D department.
Okay, so they could receive anything and just be, like, as long as it's magical and big.
Well, that's not for me to decide. That's for Mr. Lot to decide when you speak to him later.
Great.
Now, I know you, friend, have a very big event in mind, and I will dare perish the thought on making you skip out on that.
I should certainly hope not.
No, of course not. I mean, I am the proprietor of the College of Whispers, after all. It'll be fun fighting you in our little duel sometime in the future. Be quite fun indeed.
Oh, wait, you're at... Oh. I gotta process this.
Now, again, we know all about what you've done on Jahal Cove and your worries and your little friend there. Oh, we have much to discuss about that much later. He's pointing over to Nedra, who, by the way, this whole time has been sitting there just like, how the fuck did I lose?
Yeah, I still gotta talk to her about that.
Oh, don't worry. We, again, in our parley with Mr. Lot, there'll be much to discuss about her as well. She plays quite a big role in what we're going to be asking of you later. And, oh, by the way, the Unwitnessed Kingdom. That's a cute name you've given it. I'll make sure we write that down for the scribes for the college, but that will also be part of the parley as well.
I didn't name it.
No, you didn't.
Also, when have I brought that up in character?
You talked to Edward Castor about it?
I didn't talk to him about it at all yet. I was going to offer that later.
I thought he mentioned it to us.
I might have mentioned that as a... Wait.
You did mention it.
Yeah, I could have sworn he asked, "Do you know about the Unwitnessed Kingdom?" I thought he called it that.
Yeah, no, Castor called about it.
Yeah, and
Okay, my mind is blanking on that then.
Yeah. Castor called about the Unwitnessed Kingdom, and then you said, maybe. And he's like, oh, don't worry, I'll call upon a favor for you later. So, Convictor is pretty much telling you that Castor has some ideas about that, and maybe he can give you a heads up about that.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, just really not ringing a bell on that one.
Yeah, no, it's fine. We all make mistakes. Oh, come on, damn it. Okay. Let me just double check here if there's anything else. So, I take it we'll have a fine day discussing the rights of this parley. Although, you have to speak to Gore later, and then you have a contest to have.
I just got it! Okay, that's good. I like him again. Yeah, I have to meet with Gore after this, actually.
Whatever information he asks of you or anything you'd like to report to us would be most grateful, since we are on the same side, of course, being part of this grand design and all.
Right.
Good. Oh, if I was actually here, I would pat you on the shoulder for that little joke, my friend.
He made the
You
joke.
can poke him in the forehead. It's all staticky, though. I mean, that works.
Roll a con save.
too many zaps.
That'd be 13.
I told you it's experimental. Please stop doing that.
Okay, I'm done.
Good.
I'm going to do an investigation check, see if I can find the orb that he's coming out of.
Roll for it.
And that is a modified 15.
Modify 15. No soap.
No dice? All right.
For all you know, he's just standing there transmitting himself from another location. You have no idea where this other orb or whatever it is hiding.
Right.
Now, are there any questions or any concerns that we should bring up before we have this little parley of ours?
Doesn't seem like we have much of a choice, so I guess we'll just figure out as we go along, really.
Oh, you have plenty of choices, but I can assure you, sometimes making those choices can be wrong. Oh, and don't worry, if you feel that you thought we were going to kill you over the whole thing at Jahal Cove, no, of course not. We can't do that just yet. That'll be after this whole ordeal is done. You're part of the grand design now, too, and once that's fulfilled, then it's all back to business.
I'm gonna go inside just in case he's trying to intimidate us.
Go for it.
You know, I'll roll for that, too. Never mind.
I was going to say, I got an 11.
Eloy shrugs. Some days she sends a rock slide, some days she sends 2 rock slides.
Nah, you got a fucking inevitable chill down your spine. This man is dead serious. Once this whole thing is done with, once you give that parcel over or whatever it is you're going to do, you might have a hit on your hands.
All right, then Ezra just stands there basically in silence, just being like, all right, I have no questions then.
Like, Riss, Pliskin, Gulfer, just all look to you just like,
You heard the captain. You can leave. We'll find our way to you. Where should we meet?
oh, just come over to Jovial Lot at any time, probably after all your business is complete.
We'll be there.
Splendid. I'll be in touch. Gone.
Somebody find me that fucking orb.
And now there's Pliskin and Gulfer just looking at it, just like, shit.
Well, I just rolled a
Well,
nat 20 on
shit.
investigation, so do I find the orb?
Yeah, buddy, you find it.
You mean this orb?
Yeah, that orb.
It's a little crystal ball that's kind of like it's wrapped in what looks like very steampunky little pieces of like.
Does it look like it got mended after it got smashed the first time?
Yeah, it's that. So like the orb has a crack, and around it, it's like wrapped in like a tin foil of like what looks like solar paneling, but like it's way more like teched out, like in a Victorian style.
Gotcha. What is a strength check of 21 get me for smashing it?
Oh, you break it.
That feels good. That feels pretty good.
Just because we agreed to meet doesn't mean we're okay with being spied on.
I don't like being threatened.
I don't either.
No one does. Oh, hi, Grammy. When did you get here?
What do you think would happen
Speaking of being spied on,
What do you think would happen if we fed this to Yeldon? Probably nothing good.
I would be more afraid of the repercussions than curious about what it will do.
All right.
Maybe after we might not need, or maybe after we need to make a quick escape.
Well, the fact that we have the like Pliskin's not talking, the fact that we have the package kind of like guarantees our safety.
Yeah, until we give it over, according to him.
He never said that he had to give it over. That was part of the discussion.
He said they wanted to look at it.
And, well, what's the worst case scenario? Lot opens up the package and he blows up because of what Rattles' magic put on it?
I got to imagine they have a way of opening it.
I'd imagine so too if they're part of the grand design. I mean, they just said this entire island is the R&D department.
Either way, if we hand it over, what good are we as couriers when they just have their own crews? Obviously, we have to respect this Parley. Or be hunted down by every pirate, and then...
I don't like the sound of that.
That's probably not as good.
Especially
honestly, from my perspective, specifically, if every pirate is gunning for us, then eventually I'll find the one that killed my village. It's probably not good for everyone, but...
Red kind of like holds her hand up. That seems a little selfish.
A little, yes, which is why I'm not really floating the idea even for a vote.
Good, because I have a feeling I know how that vote would go.
Yes, normally when pirates form a democracy, place a pistol on the table if they say nay. And then you watch as Pliskin, Red, Gulfer, and Grammy put their weapons on the table.
Grammy?
Well, that seems foolish. I could just take those and then have all the guns. But I don't use guns.
And Scrung. Scrung holds up his pistol. Oh, I got mine, and it's loaded.
Yeah, pulls out a couple of them.
How many votes do I get?
I mean, I have 2, technically. I could use pistols.
Pliskin goes, well, the captain's orders get more points to the vote.
Well, we're definitely not going to open ourselves up to being hunted by every pirate on the seas.
We like this idea. They put their weapons away.
I might be a bit of a green captain, but I'm not willing to throw us to those sharks.
Plus, we don't
Sorry.
Plus, we don't even know what Gore wants, Red says. For all we know, this could counteract the entire parlay.
Well, obviously we can't exactly counteract the Parley unless his orders are literally, don't go to the carnival.
I don't think that'll be the case. Remember, apparently Gore has no stake in this bet, and apparently the Khals don't even know what's going on.
Yeah, apparently
This is all on
apparently
Casta.
nobody even knows that Lot is,
Who he is?
Yeah.
Although I don't like the fact that someone at the zoo kind of has control over that. We don't know exactly what is part of the Khal and what not on this entire island is just the Fine Day Boardwalk Company.
I'm willing to bet that anywhere you find a cat, it's Fine Day.
Pistachio.
No. Yeah, that's the Khals fighting back. She's like, we're taking this island. He's the example.
Look, I have no love lost for the pirates or the Navy. I've never met this Lot. He doesn't seem like a great guy, but
Nothing says we can't have a conversation with these people and figure out what it is they want,
Well-
get more information for us to wager against them.
Well, apparently to Con Victoria, we're not exactly enemies here. Apparently, we're still part of this grand design, whether we want to or not. So we're not exactly under fire.
We're not under fire yet. The problem is his tone didn't exactly imply a long-lasting relationship.
Like Scrung, Risk, Gulfer, and Pliskin look at each other. Yeah, they're all pirates. They
Yeah.
all say in unison.
Exactly. And that's why, while we can stay on their good side as long as we can, I don't want us to be tying ourselves to that anchor.
Instead, and then Red looks to you. Instead, you want to tie that anchor to the Navy, then.
My idea is we try to play both sides as best as we can, figure out what each side wants and figure out which side works best for our goals.
Well, in this case, though, Ziaka kind of speaks up now. Well, in this case, then, where do the Khals fall in this situation? They're the neutral party in this.
I mean, we are staying at their house.
And we don't want to invoke their ire unless we want a bunch of angels coming after us.
Yeah, that also doesn't sound good.
Can we say the magic word parlay and then they can't do nothing to us, or else all the other pirates will hunt
See,
them down?
I think we have to be pirates for that.
Oh, how do we get to be that?
Well, we have to. No, I'm not going with that.
All right, that just seems like a hell of a trump card.
It really does, but I feel like that only works for the pirate lords. I look at the people that would know. Is that
All three of them, all of the four of them just look to each other. No, that would work, but you're pretty much saying screw the Navy at that point. So putting any sort of gambit in trying to go to the Navy for information is a death sentence afterwards. So they can invoke Parley since we kind of know the rules, but if we do, that pretty much means that, hey, we want to negotiate as pirate to pirate. And if we're going to keep putting up this gag that we're privateers, we shouldn't say that out loud.
That's fair enough. Either way, we're not going to learn much of anything until we go meet with Gore. I mean, he's expecting us.
Fair enough. Who's going to go do that since I feel Pliskin kind of like goes, I feel it's high time we check the entire deck to make sure there aren't any more of those scrying orbs.
I agree.
Investigation, 18.
18? Where are you going to search? You got one. You're in the galley right now. So
All right, so I'm going to
fine.
search like the crew quarter level.
All right.
I'll have a look on deck.
All right. Roll it.
15.
To the best of everyone on the crew's knowledge, that was the only scrying orb.
All right. Well, we're going to dispose of that off ship.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to check in with Nedra and see how she's doing. Because I know she's been down since her
Oh yeah,
fight.
she looks rather depressed. She's looking at herself just like, huh. Like she's like looking down at herself just like, She's like investigating her own fists, like giving small jabs, but then like reeling it back. She's very contemplative at this point. She kind of like just completely negated the fact that there was a Catman on the ship. Normally she would be like, can I punch it? No, she was just at loss the entire time.
Yeah. I walk up to her, I ask,
So, what you thinking about?
I've been constantly losing. I don't like how that feels, but I feel like that was my fault in some way.
Well,
The voice in my head keeps telling me to kill, but I keep saying no, and it keeps making me lose. I know you keep telling me to be patient about this stuff, but it's just not getting me anywhere.
do you know how long it took me to win my first fight, Nedra? My first fight.
What was your first fight?
For years, I sparred with my brothers back on my island. They were roughly my age. Maybe a year or two older. They beat me every time. Every time we'd fight. Even some of the younger students would beat me. When my village got destroyed, that was my greatest loss. I couldn't do anything. My master, he sent me basically to usher away the youngest and the oldest in the village to hide deep in the swamp. I got most of them away. When I came back, I know if I had been there, I wouldn't have been able to do much. I would have lost more than just a fight if I had stayed. I didn't win my first fight until after that. I learned how to focus my energies. That storm that you create on your outside, you know, the lightning, the heat. I was able to channel a very similar thing deep within my soul, deep in my core. I could feel that burning. Well, it feels different for everybody. For me, it's more like pulsing, washing over me, back down. I taught myself to win because I can't bear to lose those that I care about. It's something that took me a lot of time to learn. And I want to help you get there.
Okay, and now I need you to roll me a persuasion check.
Okay.
This is a very important roll.
Okay.
A very important roll.
Fuck. That is my worst stat.
I believe in you. This is a very important role.
Just Eloy from the background. Go Wake. You tell her.
I'm going to put this
universes-
out. Okay, so before we continue, I'm just going to say this to everyone at home. This roll will have huge consequences on Nedra.
Fuck me. Why do you...
No, dude. It's not going to be for worse. It's going to change the way she is as a character and stat-wise.
Fuck. Okay, because I'm going to follow this up with something else.
One of those telltale, she'll remember this moment.
Oh. If I could move the camera.
Hold on.
I'm adding this to it anyway.
Let me fucking see.
Yeah.
No.
Come look.
Okay,
Yep.
look.
We are all your witnesses. He did not touch that dice.
Can
After
confirm, nat
roll.
20.
Nat 20, motherfucker! Nat 20! Nedra's gonna live! Plus 6.
Wow. Solid
Can
rolls all
confirm, nat 20. She has taken this so into heart that she believes now that she's been looking at this wrong for the entire fucking time she's been your student. It didn't take until getting her ass beat by a seasoned fighter to finally realize that maybe fighting for the sake of fighting is not the kind of cause she wants to go for. Maybe, just maybe, that fighting for something else might be the better strong suit and the better way to go about life. You have just changed her entire stats
Outlook?
from her outlook, yes, but that also does mean a good chunk of that bridal rage that was just brewing inside of her. That voice in her head has been muted down from 75 to 25.
Yo.
Her stats have transformed from barbarian to fighter. Going forward, she will take monk stats.
Ooh.
Nice.
Oh, you mean monk levels.
Yep, she will be taking monk levels from here forward.
All right.
And I have the stats to prove that she's a fighter.
Okay. Oh, she's a fighter.
Yep.
Wow.
You have retroactively changed her from barbarian to fighter.
You gave her
shit.
a class shift.
I shifted her entire being.
And I will say this for everyone else. I have looked this up in many books. When a paladin loses their faith, they become fighters. When a fighter becomes devout to a holy symbol, they can either become clerics or paladins. That can also work with if a barbarian loses their rage, they become fighters. That's what fucking happened.
Okay.
Also, Zito's the DM. He gets to decide.
So I'm gonna offer
I
her.
still can't wait for the death threats to happen. Let's go.
I'm fine with this. Frankly, a barbarian monk would be ridiculous. Anyway.
Yeah, no, the plus that's a total fucking tonal shift.
Yeah.
You can't be focused and then angry at the same time. That doesn't fucking
Yeah,
mesh.
you'd have to lose your access to ki or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, so basically I tell her, you just got to figure out exactly what it is you want to fight for. Now, you want to see a fun trick? I'm going to try to teach her a fighting technique.
What's this fighting technique?
I'm going to try to teach her flurry of blows. Just like show her like how quickly I can punch.
Okay. How can we do that? I need
Well, no,
you-
it's just like basically I'm just going to give
Is
her
this fluff
training.
or is this real?
It's fluff.
Okay, fluff. All right.
Yeah,
fair
I'm
enough.
not going to give a fighter flurry of blows because that requires ki.
That also requires feet.
Yeah, well, it requires a monk level.
Yeah. Which she doesn't have just yet.
Might not
just
be
kinda-
giving her this technique, but some sort of an inspiration, maybe.
Yeah.
Dropping the concept on her for her to work on.
Yeah, basically, like she
Yeah,
can
so-
she can punch twice.
Yeah,
I
well,
can punch 5 times.
Also, my in-universe explanation for your bardic inspiration is you just sitting there watching them talk. Man, I hope this works out. She looks real sad.
Yeah, his will.
She doesn't. She doesn't look as hyper as she was before because she's still kind of in like a depressed state at this point.
Yeah.
But she's way more focused than you've ever seen her before.
I kind of crack a smile at that.
So while that's happening, there's Pliskin and Gopher just looking at you like, what the fuck are we gonna do? They are the folks that have the most access to being able to know about pirate information look the most distressed about this.
The thing is, we're kind of stuck with where we are. How we react now isn't going to. So long as we don't do anything crazy, we're at least in a bit of a standstill here between these two sides. And so long as we can keep playing both of those sides, that's where I feel safest.
Well then, Captain, what do we do about the calls then? We're under their graces, but that doesn't mean we can't invoke their ire if we decide on a side here.
Absolutely, which is why we're going to try our best to keep as much of this out of their ears. I don't
enough.
like the idea of deceiving our gracious hosts, but the thing is, right now, that's kind of what we have to do.
We have 3 days to make sure this goes through, whatever we're doing. So, who are you going to send over to talk with Gore about this?
Well, I know we need. I would like to be there, but if this is happening at the same time as Eloy's.
Oh, no, it's not.
It's not.
It's not.
Eloy's
Okay.
like
Eloy's is
remember
tomorrow.
this.
That's right.
Yeah, remember this is like the same night as the barbarian.
This is
like, the
this
fight.
is 3 o'clock in the afternoon of the night after the fight.
Okay.
And Gore Gore said he'd like to meet you tonight.
Yeah.
And the
yeah,
Bard,
basically
Bards is
after our
tomorrow.
mean.
the Bard fight is gonna happen afterwards.
Yeah, and
in the
that's
afternoon.
after you tell them when you want this thing to happen.
Yeah.
You still haven't scheduled a time, which we're assuming is tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, I basically look at the people who are coming to me concerned. I mean, obviously, I believe I should be there. Wake has been making a lot of plans on exactly how to go forward, so I feel like as much information as he can get, the better. Of you guys, which of you do you believe should be there? Who would make the best impression?
Everyone looks at each other and point to Pliskin in red.
That's where I was leaning. Sorry, Scrog. Didn't know exactly how you would do
Just
it.
strung with a newspaper. Yeah. Huh? Some guy named Pistachio died.
No.
choked on nuts. That is named by his same name. Huh? That's funny.
His obituary is just ha ha.
His obituary. God's greatest mistake. Weird.
Well, Pliskin, Red, would you want to come along?
We at least would like to see if the rules can align with either the pirates or at least someone who's a little bit more diplomatic.
I would agree. So, all right. I look over at Eloy. You know, Gore seemed to really like you. I think you should come along, too. Unless you need to practice.
Now that you know that the headmaster of the College of Whispers now knows about you, too.
I feel like if I went along, I could help a little in the short term. Mm-hmm. In the long term, I don't like that somebody can just walk on our ship and mess with our stuff.
I agree.
I want to be a better magic man. I know I was against it at first, but I feel like that's the way I can help us best in the long run. And to do that, I need to be in good with the Bards College. I think I need to do this.
I think that's a good call, Eloy.
All right, so then how about this? Before we split the party up, because god damn it, splitting the party. Fuck.
Yeah, that's why I threw the invitation out there. I'm
Yeah,
like, I
I'm
don't
just
know how
like,
in character this can be. But
Okay, well, here's the thing. Like, going forward, you're going to have a big part of this fucking thing. So
Yeah.
this is going to be your two scene at this point. However, how would you like to start setting up? What are you doing to prepare for this?
So I am... whoever in the crew is staying, I need to...
Everyone is there except for Red and Pliskin, and Scrung went off to do whatever the fuck he wants.
All right. So, Pliskin, I guess Ziaka would be the person I would tap first, showing her the magic spotlight illusion orb. Like, we only got a little bit of time. I need somebody to learn how to work this on the quick.
What does it do?
It shines a big old spotlight on the sails. It casts an illusion of the ocean water, and then if I cast a spell into it, it makes it bigger.
She like looks left and right, kind of just like shifty eyes, just like, please don't tell the crew that I have the rest of this ability, but rolls stealth to try and tell you this.
Okay.
Do you want to roll stealth to try and hide this as well? 'Cause
Sure.
She's like looking at you like, please keep this on the down low. I rolled a 3, so what'd you roll?
6.
hey.
Yeah, no, you guys, everyone can hear this. It's fine.
Don't let anybody know I do this. But I!
Yeah, don't let anyone know I do this, but I have a spell that has to do with gold against the wishes of my teachings.
Cool.
No! She like grabs her hood and covers herself.
Wait.
It's cool.
What? Look, I have a gold rock.
Look, it might be cool, but she clearly doesn't want us to know.
Do exactly.
Drip. Drip.
I can craft anything into fool's gold.
So it's not real gold.
No, as much as I wish it was.
Huh.
She's pretty much telling you she can transmute shit to look like gold.
I don't think that'll help out too much for this specific thing, but boy,
Eloy,
I bet.
what if she turned you gold in the middle of the recital? Just in the middle of your song, you just turn gold.
I mean, would I still be able to move and talk? I wouldn't like
Yes,
fall
you
over
would just
heavy.
you would just look gold.
Let's do it.
Since you're willing, I don't need to ask you for a spell save. She, like, you watch as she, like, grabs out a small coin. You watch as the metal rusts away in her hand, and she, like, places her clawed hand on your face, and you start turning into gold.
That's amazing.
Now imagine if that happened mid-song and people would be like, what?
All right. And then I need somebody to be able to switch the spotlight between me and the sail. And we need to practice this so that you know the timing. Grammy, you want in?
Grammy was a roadie for the secret ingredients back in the day.
Hell yes.
That was my
course she
punk
was.
band.
Just nudge Wake. Is there anything she hasn't done?
Probably not. I think
I
she's
haven't done
timeless.
anything but showed compassion and love.
She's never done us wrong, is what I'm hearing.
That's fair.
I've done plenty of wrongs.
Just never to us.
To us. Directly.
I can't do wrong to my husband.
Yeah.
She means the crew.
No, I mean you two.
Okay, fair
You
enough.
have the bands.
Grammy, I'll bring all the compassion and love. You just work that spotlight.
I like this deal.
I love this deal.
What does Grammy get afterwards?
I don't know. What do you want to, like, I can get more ingredients or something.
No.
Oh.
Grammy wants to get in on this pirate shit.
Whoa.
Grammy wants some gold. Some bling. Grammy.
You know, I've never actually figured out what this rock dripping in gold is. Can anybody help me?
Everyone just looks at you and just goes, looks like a rock dripping in gold.
Yeah, but it's been doing this forever. Drip. Drip.
Yit is actually under there looking at you.
You didn't like the taste of it last time. I give him some of the gold drippings. Drip, drip, drip. All right, I give him the rock. Don't eat it. That's what I thought. Similar reaction.
Holy shit, not 20.
Okay.
Hey. Huzzah.
I think people want to call a man who turned to gold thing Midas.
Okay.
Might stone.
Midas stone.
Might stone. You put it in magic things. It make anything turn gold.
Well, Grammy, I got something that turns things gold. How's that? This seems really valuable. Here you go.
Her hand turns gold.
Excellent.
Wow, that never happened to me. That's amazing.
You didn't know how to activate it, Sonny.
True enough.
Are you sure you want to just hand that to her? I mean,
I wasn't using it.
You watch as the door, like,
You also didn't know what it was.
She's gone. You watch as her gold hand now claws the door and shuts it behind her.
well,
I don't know what I've unleashed, but I think it's fine.
I have a feeling our golden brown toast is going to be a little different next time.
Grammy can't wait to put this inside the alchemy pot.
I have that on my present.
I mean, technically, we found it in a broken alchemy jug.
Well, anything else you need?
I think at this point, Yeldon, I think we just got to practice.
Okay. Yeldon will use his soul voice.
Wow, where's that voice coming from?
You seem like you had something to say there, Ezra.
Nope. He's just taking this all in.
It's gonna be a heck of a show.
While he's currently stressed about the whole pirate and Navy situation, his mind can't stop thinking, like, how did I stumble onto this?
In the world of D&D, apart from the monsters fucking wanting to kill you at every single second, it's quite the magical place.
After a long history of failed attempts at different careers, this just all just appears.
This is the shit that happens.
This is your
what
show.
This is what you put together. All right, so you two are going to go talk to Gore at this point, or is there something else you want to do before we go into that?
I show Nedra my trick and just basically say, like, you know, I'm going to start teaching her the basics of key, like, starting tomorrow is what I tell her.
Sounds good. She does actually go to you, though, like, hey, quick question, though.
Yes?
How long we staying on this island for?
Well, at least another day, depending on how long we can get this stuff settled.
I want to fight the Birdman again.
I think we can make that happen.
Okay, he seemed nice. Really hurts, but he seemed nice.
I think we can make that happen.
Okay. All right, so you two, after Grammy came back and like half her arm is now kind of plated in gold.
Good God. What have we done?
She comes back and feeds you guys like all sorts of food. The silverware is all gold now, by the way.
Yes! Everything's more valuable.
Fancy.
No touch, it's mine.
What? Hey! How are we supposed to eat?
Like this.
Nedra.
She gets it. What are we eating? And what do I have to roll?
That's a good question to ask. Roll con save.
All right.
'Cause you're getting you're getting a potluck vibe here. Getting a really nice bit of potluck. There's some venison in there. You've gotten the taste of it after a couple of weeks of, not a couple of weeks, a couple of days of having some venison from bringing it back. You got a little hint of elephant in there.
17.
There's
is my roll.
something else in there too, though. You can't quite place it. You never tasted it before.
I'll roll the survival check for that later.
All right, so you roll the what?
17 con
17.
save.
So
14 on my con save.
15.
15.
Yeah, how poisonous did she make this?
All right, so you got a 17.
17.
17, 15, 14.
Yes.
Oh my God, history repeats itself.
Yes,
you just
I
failed
knew
it.
it.
You just failed it.
As soon as I saw the 14, I'm like, I bet that's the
I
line.
don't think you've been able to stomach a single thing Grammy has made.
No.
But in Ezra's defense, I keep trying.
Yep. Because it's the food.
Everyone else is enjoying it pretty well. You guys are all getting like a. You feel like tensions were really high. Shit was like getting to you very badly. Grammy kind of thought like, okay, everyone's kind of down in the dumps right now, especially with all the shit that's going on. Maybe these kids need some good stew to just like get some confidence boosting back in them. So you guys get a +1. You don't really know what the other ingredient is in here, but you're tasting a lot of meat and it's really, really hearty. It's really nice. Ezra, you notice that there's a really extremely long hair in this one.
Is it a gold hair?
No, it's not gold.
Oh.
It doesn't resemble any of the other meats that were in here. You don't feel it's kind of good to say that, so you decide to bring Grammy to the side and ask her what the secret ingredient was.
Grammy.
Well, before you answer, I'm going to roll a survival check. Or what would be this
see if
check?
you can-
See
No,
if I can discern
you
it?
passed the save, so you're
Oh,
fine.
no. I want to see if I can discern the secret
Oh, no,
ingredient.
I'm not saying we're holding that off just
Okay,
yet
okay.
until we get to him.
Gotcha.
I just hold up the hair. Grammy, I found this in my stew. Was this part of the secret ingredient?
Yes.
What? I don't know of a creature that I would want to consume that would have a hair like this.
Oh, Grammy found something floating in the water just a couple of hours ago.
I got 2!
I don't know why someone would throw away such really good meat, especially when it's so common on this island.
Oh no. Was it a tabaxi?
The hell's a tabaxi?
It's like a cat.
Ah, yes, that was the secret ingredient, all right.
Did we just eat pistachio?
Yep.
God damn it, no!
Now I have his string!
What did pistachio give us a +1 in? What is pistachio's blessing?
Wisdom.
Pistachio's blessing of
If they,
wisdom.
no. Here's the thing. If they don't know the secret, they keep the wisdom. Ignorance is bliss here.
Meanwhile, since I failed the check, do I now have an allergic reaction to pistachios?
No, you just now sit there knowing
feel
that
sick.
you just ate another living intelligent creature. Meanwhile, everyone's just like, "What's the matter? Why don't you, out of all of us, like Grammy's food?" As Scrug is on his third bowl.
Wake has yet to find anything that she's made that he doesn't like.
I'm gonna just go see if there's anything to eat on deck. I'll be back. I need to think about
Oh,
this.
would you like a leg of elephant? That's
probably
a sacred
better.
item on this island? You're committing sacrilege as you defeat food?
Not today. I need to talk to the calls later.
They don't want to smell elephant on your breath.
There are potatoes. Would you like some potato?
That sounds safe.
Matt Damon survived for a year on Mars.
Ezra does his best to, I don't know if this would be a persuasion check with how mentally shaken he clearly is.
Oh, roll a wisdom save.
Oh, nat 20.
Didn't even need that +1.
You know what? We're just not gonna discuss this with anyone. We're gonna pretend that we just had a nice big old stew and
Okay.
just forget about the fact that we ate a person.
Okay.
mentally blocked.
I just mentally block that and just get it all out. And I just go, you know what?
You
Grammy,
could, you could see his face looking at you from the stew.
Grammy, it was fine. I'm going to have something else real quick, though. But thank you so much. You have been an excellent chef.
Her gold hand.
Could you help Grammy? It's kind of stuck like that right now.
Sure. Just pry her fingers apart from
You
each
break
other.
her index finger off.
Oh, my God. Grammy.
Ah, good for the secret ingredient next time.
Just going to forget I heard that.
It's okay. Grammy can grow a new one.
Of course she can. I want to believe that she's just level 20 everything, just living with us somehow.
This demigod that's found its way to us.
Okay, I think we had enough fun here.
Yeah, no more fun.
It's time to get serious. Let's go talk to Gore.
Alrighty. So you guys, Ezra, sorry about that, I just had to get something real quick. Yep, it's fine. Ezra, Wake, Pliskin, and Red decide it's best to go talk to Gore to see what he wanted. You head over to Fort Dismock. It's a very large, almost looks like when you picture like a fantasy-style castle. That's what you're looking at. It's a giant one that has 2 layers of building that kind of like there's an outer wall and then an inner wall, and it lurches out past the docks and covers up most of where the naval side is. So it looks like this entire fort was built on the entire coastal side of the island itself.
Okay.
You head up to the guards. Everyone kind of like stops you. Like there are 2 guards now just standing there just like, halt, state your business.
We have a meeting with Gore.
We have a name, please?
You talk to me, Sheldon Flash?
Ah, yes. Please proceed.
All right, thank you.
Head up to the inner sanctum. Go nowhere else.
I guess we proceed to do that.
Yes.
You
But as we're walking, I'm going to roll perception and be trying to look everywhere.
You know what? I'll roll perception too, since I got a bonus. What are you looking for?
Yeah, what exactly are you guys looking for?
I am looking for just anything that seems out of place or like basically potential exits should things not
Should things go awry?
Should things go awry. That said, I only got a 14.
I got a modified 20.
All right. Well, for you, you notice that there are a couple of things. There are some workers that have ladders that go up the wall. Going down the wall is going to be another story, but that's one potential exit. There's a dummy weight that leads down to the docks, but that's heavily guarded and has a bunch of dudes like stationed there. That looks like they're getting a bunch of tabaxi to come in with cargo and stuff to fill up stock. And there are also holes that are big enough to fit the muzzle side of a cannon to stick out. So if you can move the cannon and crawl through, you could get out.
Okay.
Beyond that, any other potential exit, that doesn't look like there's anything happening
None of
with
them
that.
overly opportune, but doable.
Yeah, doable, not opportune. And what exactly were you looking for?
I'm making sure that honestly, I'm gonna see if like we're being spied on, like
Spied
being
on.
followed or anything from like
Well-
if any of these tabaxi seem like they're on the up and up.
There
that
are
we're
no
seeing.
tabaxi here.
Oh, you said that there was some tabaxi helping them unload some stuff.
Well, tabaxi from the cargo hold.
Gotcha.
You're walking in towards the second floor. So they're busy getting stuff inside, whereas everyone else who's like a guard, elves, human, genasi, Azamar, this typical standard affair of like most of the people that made up the tourist side.
All right, but of the tabaxi that were there, I was just trying to see if any of them looked shifty, like they might be like, you know, they're there for work, but they're there for more than just that.
All right. What did you roll again?
It was a modified 20.
Modified 20? So you recall that there was a tabaxi that someone in the meeting when you were trying to plan your heist said that there was a small munchkin tabaxi who looked like he had some kind of hand or with like creating stuff or making sure that supply came in and inventory was made together. That guy's actually there. He's actually bossing a bunch of the other big tabaxi around, just like telling him where stuff goes. He doesn't like look like he turns to like look at someone else, but he does notice you. You don't know if he was actually looking at you, but he did face you for like a hot second. But he was looking at like some of the guards, like, "Excuse me, can you help me here? Like, this is a really delicate, fragile like case."
Okay, so potentially one of Lot's lieutenants is here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you guys head inside. It looks like a very stereotypical, like, inside of a castle. Like, when you think, hey, we're gonna go talk to the king, this is what it looks like. Big, open, spacious, lots of guards standing around, dudes armed to the teeth with all kinds of magic weaponry. You could just feel the magic. You don't even have to roll checks for this. This place just emanates magic, as does the Legerdemain ever does, because that's their whole deal. There's nautical emblems and maps and pictures of other lieutenants apart from Gore on the wall, like showing displays of power. A lot of display cases, though, too. Like, it looks like there's a little bit of a tourist trap if people want to look at this. If any of you guys want to roll an investigation check while you're walking, you might be able to find something.
5.
Same.
Hey.
A lot of really weird stony objects. Like, they look like they're emanating magic, but it looks almost as if, like, what looks like a really dark ebony crystal that has little horns sticking out of it, and you're like, huh, that's some weird necrotic energy that they have on display. But you pay no heed to it. You head upstairs as there are more guards standing at attention. They kind of like nod, hold their guns to the side, and then just step to the side and let you inside. And you're now in a really large decorative room filled with all sorts of statues and nautical devices. And sitting at a chair, in a really big chair next to a fireplace with a bottle of brandy in his hand, a little glass of brandy in his hand. He's not facing you guys yet. He's like, the chair is kind of turned away, but you see a very familiar, large, like tanned hand with the brandy in his hand, in his clutches. Oh, hello.
You wanted to meet with us.
Oh yes, the entire chair. It's not a swivel chair, by the way. His entire girth just. Hello! Yes, welcome. Please sit down.
That can't possibly be good for the floors. He thinks to himself.
Oh, where's the rest of your friends? I figured you'd bring more of them.
Well, some of them have to prepare for Eloy's battle of the, battle with the Bard College headmaster. He really needs to study for that.
Oh, is that happening soon?
Yeah, I think
Presumably
we're sending word that we were hoping that it happens tomorrow.
Ah, excellent, very good. At least it wasn't happening in the days when the trade was going to go off. That would just make a whole mess of everything.
Yes, that really would. And makes mental note that it's not happening tomorrow.
Ah, good. Then that means we have a couple of days for you to possibly help me out on something. You seem like the adventuring lot, don't you agree?
Well, we've
Absolutely.
been known to help with issues before.
Oh, yes. Well, we've heard of the Mantaruva. That was a very good mark on your record. We've been keeping tabs on you ever since you came into Khal territory. Isn't that cute?
That's wonderful.
Oh, trust us. We know you mean no harm. You're quite the astute and lovely helpers of the Navy. We've sent word over from Jahal Cove. Quite the nice record you have. We were spoken very highly of.
Oh, I'm glad to see that they still think so highly of us. It's been a while.
Indeed.
Figured we might have been just a flavor of the month. Glad to hear they're still
Oh,
liking us.
no. No. You see, we need privateers more than we need people who decide to side with the Navy or decide to side with those filthy pirates!
Am I right?
Yeah.
I know! Aren't they the worst?
They just absolutely are.
Terrible.
I'm so glad you agree. Well, I come here with a proposition in mind, something that might net you a little bit of gold, and you said you needed a ferry across to South Zealous, yes? Well, I could get you inside North Zealous with full citizenship.
Wow, that...
Oh, yes, if you prove that you could be somewhat of an asset to us. I know it sounds very mean, and I don't like to be a mean person, of course. Why would I ever decide that I would be a mean man? I'm a very nice man.
Yes, you are.
Yes, so here's what I have for you. Are you quite aware of what's been going on at the Carve House, as it will? Some of the more wanted posters and whatnot.
I know that there are a bunch of gremlins that people want, and then there's the
Filthy little
children.
monsters. Filthy little monsters.
Can't say I've ever run into one.
Oh, they're very deadly. They snatch away little children and put them on their ships and have them go court-avant with pirates and making technology beyond the Navy's sight of... It's just... Terrible!
That also explains the children wanted posters, I guess.
Yes, we don't want them killed at all. No. We want to bring them back. They're war orphans of the onrush.
Oh, that sounds awful. Knowledge history. Nope, I'm ignorant to this part of the world.
I got a 9. I've probably heard of it.
Let's see.
I got a
Pliskin
3.
knows jack shit. Red is the only one who's got a fucking hand on this.
It makes sense. Her
She seems
quote-unquote
knowledgeable.
headquarters is like right up north.
Red kind of like sighs. Yes, I am quite aware of the onrush, being someone who was a part of that disaster. Oh, my dear, that's quite the story. Something I'm sure you don't want to bring up, especially with your friends. Unfortunately, it's a very bad situation for the Navy. We'd like to keep it on the down low.
Okay.
Understood.
I'm sure she'll fill you in on all the details if she's part of your crew. But in any case, let's get back to the matter at hand. He kind of just like... The more you hear him move, he sounds like leather gripping.
Ugh.
Stands up, like you just fucking feel it. So remember that scene from Metal Gear Solid 3 where like Volgan grabs his hand?
We just had that.
Just had that? I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
shit. I'm like, fuck, I hope I didn't just spoil that.
No. We just finished that game.
Okay,
like
cool.
last week.
All right, sweet. So it's like fucking rocks grinding on each other. Stands up, takes a nice swig. Oh, by the way, I'm so rude. Brandy.
Sure, I'll have a glass.
Yep.
Flips it around. It says dragon fire.
I said I'd have a glass.
I'll take some.
Pliskin and Red are just like, oh no, we'll have a glass too.
It'd be rude to turn it
Yeah,
down.
exactly.
At anything.
Oh no, it's that'd be quite rude. It looks like blood that's been set on fire as it goes inside your glass.
Great.
Does it feel warm? Cooling touch. just gonna chill that down a little bit.
Roll sleight of hand.
Well, I'm swirling it like you would
Are you,
brandy.
are you gonna like try to hide the fact that you're doing that? Or?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to hide the fact that I'm cooling it down a little.
Yeah, sleight of hand.
19.
Gore does not notice.
I raise my glass to you, Gore, and your kindness. Thank you so much.
Here, I say, about to offer, like, to tink my glass.
I take it with you.
Thank you, my boy.
Sleight of hand to cool his beverage.
You are too kind.
Natural 20 to cool his tink.
Nat 20.
Oh, did you notice it? Oop, sorry.
Explain what you want to do real quick.
Wait,
Like, give me a good explanation, and I'll let it slide.
So, like, he saw you do that, so what are you going to tell him?
Oh, yeah, because, like, we both nat 20'd. Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh! I've picked up that he noticed, so I'm going to not pretend that I didn't.
Oops, sorry about that.
Oh, you must be careful. These glasses are not cheap!
Oh, sorry, yep. Be very careful. I didn't
Again,
notice exactly
to
how...
your- To your gracious
Oh,
hospitality,
yes. Drink.
I take a sip.
Well,
Not-
because
not
of
a
you
big ol'
cooling
gulp,
it,
but
because
just
of
a
you
sip.
cooling it down, it doesn't matter if it's a sip or not. You're still getting a big old swig of this.
All right.
Okay.
It's been
roll.
deadly poison.
Go ahead. Roll a con save.
I figured.
Nat 20! Finally! Meanwhile...
Not a nat 1,
Okay.
but a 6.
Okay, so not great. Let me roll for Pliskin and Red.
I feel like my concept.
Red's okay. Pliskin, on the other hand, might be on the same boat as you.
He had to deal with it hot.
Oh no, you didn't notice. Red's hand was glowing a little blue before she hit it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we both chilled our glasses.
Oh, everyone chilled their glasses. They were just like, fire whiskey. Oh, fuck, no. All right, so you down this like a champion. You actually asked for a second glass. You feel that burn go down.
You know, it's been a while since I drank like this, Gore. Would you mind giving me another glass?
Oh, of course. You take dragon elixir quite well, my boy.
You know, I didn't realize I had a taste for it. Thanks,
Meanwhile,
thanks for opening my eyes.
Meanwhile, for you, so, You've never heard of this brand of drink before, but you have heard that there are those, like even the dragon folk you've heard and seen from like just traveling around. You have heard that they claim that there's a drink that almost feels like a dragonborn's breath. This might be it. So you essentially feel like you're drinking what it feels like to do a dragon's breath attack.
I exhale a little fire. It's really hot. It's really
Yeah, your throat's a little
a
dry.
little scorched.
Yeah, you and
wash it down.
you and Pliskin kind of sound like Christian Bale at this point.
He's the best of us.
I just don't know if we can trust him.
This is here's Pliskin. That's a good meme.
It's very warm. I was not prepared.
Ezra, slightly loosened up by the brandy at this point. Don't mind my crewmates. The drinks might be a little hot for them.
Speak for yourself, says Red as she takes another sip.
No, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
They're tough.
my
Oh, you're
God.
doing it again.
Yes.
Roll a con save.
Oh boy, that one's better. 17.
17. Yeah, you. It doesn't hurt going down. Like whatever.
What,
damage,
by the way, what did the first one do? That last one?
that last one. Let me roll for that. Actually, I forgot. Sorry about that. You ostensibly just drank lava. Take 10 points of damage.
Yep, that's about right.
And yeah, Pliskin's in that too. When he coughs up a little bit, you watch his blood pools on his finger.
I'm sure it stings, but they're tough guys. They'll be fine.
It's an acquired taste, I assume.
Yeah. So congratulations, you have fucking 2nd-degree burn marks in the inside of your throat.
Excellent. I look forward to healing that.
So let's return back to the matter at hand.
Yeah,
course.
what is it that we can do for you?
Oh yes, thank you. Oh, you don't sound too good. Here, have a chaser. Hand you a healing potion.
Oh, thank you very much. Shots.
We'll just say it comes back.
Okay. That is quite refreshing.
Again, your generosity, Lieutenant Gore.
It's not quite common either. I'm sure you could find it on the market, but for a very fetching price. It's almost akin to poison for those who wish to do such harm.
Duly noted.
Okay, so let's get down to the nitty-gritty, as it were. He stands up and looks at a map. The map behind you, pretty much.
Hey!
I know you can't see it, but Gore pretty much just like takes out a knife, makes a crack in the wall, and it's right next to where I apologize. It's a little bit beyond where you guys are. It's a little bit to the north, to the eastern coast of where Eberkal is, the actual city.
Okay.
Let me quickly read this. We've had some information come in. We found a ship called and I can't believe I'm saying this out loud, the Crabbeteer.
All right.
A silly name, yes, but it's run by a couple of the occupants of Rumblood's cool little party of pirates.
Rumblood, you say?
Yep. If you want
Knowledge history.
Knowledge
See if I've
history?
heard of this man. 18.
that was one of the pirate lords that me told you about.
Bartle Eek Rumblood.
Yeah.
Do you say that out loud?
No.
Okay, good.
What can you tell us about this Rumblood? Sounds like a ruffian.
Oh, well, he's a gremlin child who runs the entire operation of the Rumbloods.
Gremlin child?
He's a gremlin child, so of course that means he's a little devil to the Navy. We would love to have him turned in. Alive, of course. We're not monsters. We don't want children dead.
Of course.
That's where you come in. I'm not asking you to kill. No. Do not think that. Absolutely not. What kind of monsters would we be? We'd be pirates if we killed children.
That would be terrible, and
Of
I
course.
could not follow that.
So, what I would like you to do is we will give you the charter where the last known sighting of the Crabbeteer was. Within the 3 days that we're having the Carl's little get-together, I'd like you to go in our stead, subdue the crew, and bring back the ship if best.
So you need us to go to Ibrakal and on the way deal with this?
Oh, we want you to at least find the ship. Probably knock out or at least put the children to sleep and bring them back so we can deal with them. Unfortunately, I would do this myself, but I need to make sure that the Carls are all in their best when it comes to this deal. We don't want to lose a very valuable ally to the cause of the Leisure Main. No, of course not. So my duties are unfortunately left here. And if we sent a naval crew out, that would raise suspicion for the Carls. We are in their territory.
I do suppose that would cause issues.
Oh yes, we don't want some naval vorpals running around outside the actual kingdom, of course. They would be a little suspicious and not sure that we could do our job. So having someone who can go in our stead who doesn't fly a flag of the Navy would be very helpful. They would just think it's a pirate turf or some kind of war of that such.
Well, it just so happens we do already have a little bit of business in Ibrakal. I look over to Red.
Yes, I actually have a lot of business to do in Ibrakal, and I would love to get back there as soon as possible. Oh, my dear, of course! You do this for us, we'll get you there, no problem. And like I said, you'll have all the favor from the Navy. The Leisure Maid will be at your very beck and call if you do this. In fact, we're going to get you inside North Zealous, the entire capital of the whole country.
Yeah, where exactly, I mean, I know where South Zealous is.
Oh, it's
I'm
on the
just-
opposite side, my dear boy.
Yeah, that's,
the entire middle section, that entire canal is all of Zealous.
Wow.
It is the heart of the country, dear boy.
That is a big city.
Well, I look to my crew.
Now, of course, I will say this. I hold nothing against you if you don't wish to do this. But we will ask that you keep this close to the chest.
I'm gonna roll insight and see if he actually won't hold anything against us if we refuse.
Roll it!
9.
I have no
He won't
intention-
hold it against you, shifty eyes.
I have no intention of not doing this. So.
Same, but I want to.
So I'll pretty much put this down in the too long didn't read section. Here we go. Between the time that the deal is not made, he wants you to take care of this problem. If you can go find the Crabbeteer, subdue the crew, and take the ship, if you can, back to Bullcard, you will be rewarded not only in pay, but also full citizenship into Zealous. South and North. And North is 1,000,000 times more difficult to get into if you are not born in that place.
Right. I just wanted to ask Gore, since we have a bit of a rapport going on, if he's heard about any sort of fishing expedition that would have been about, I don't know, close to 2 decades ago now, like 20 winters, off to the very far west that might have involved some merfolk.
Son, I don't really have that much intel about merfolk. That's not my cause. I'm more of a people person on the surface. However, we can look at the records. There are quite an astute amount of history that we have written down at Zealous. If you help me out with this little favor, I could get you into the Navy's archives for such an idea.
All right. You have a deal.
Splendid. Well, what about the rest of you?
I was going to say, while I also agree that it would be a good idea, I would like a chance to at least discuss it briefly with my 2 crewmates here, just to see if they have anything they want to add. I am a captain of the people, after all.
Oh, of course, dear boy. Have another drink.
Oh, thank you. You're too kind.
Drink.
17.
Yeah, you didn't cool it down this time.
That's good.
You know, I'm very gracious and humbled by your kindness, but I think my throat might be at its limit here.
Oh, of course, it is only 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I understand.
Yeah, you know how it is. Anyway, whew, feeling that one.
If you need privacy, You may discuss it here. I will take a walk outside. I actually need to take care of something.
You're too kind,
He looks
Lieutenant.
outside the window, and you see as his face leers as he looks at... Oh, well, actually, you know what? Roll me perception to see what he's looking at.
I don't see it.
Well, may Pistachio's blessing grant me this 18.
What'd you get?
5.
5. He's watching the tabaxi outside as he notices there might be something funny going on with a couple of them handling in a certain cargo. I have to take care of something. You discuss. I will be right back. You watch as he stands. He stands at attention and starts walking out. You feel the entire room rumble as he walks out.
I'm going to do a performance check real quick, acting just a bit more drunk than I am. You take your time, Lieutenant. Thanks for the kindness. I give him a 22 in performance, acting like I am drunk.
Oh, this poor boy with his drinking. I hope he can make a decision. He looks over to Wake, he nudges you. I hope your captain can make a decision while a little toasty.
Yes, it's
Quite a warm. On the back.
Prone again, I'm guessing.
Yep.
Good.
Yeah, Pliskin's sitting there laughing at you too.
Fuck you.
Yeah, okay. Whatever you say, Cap. Gore walks out. You're alone.
Okay. I look to you first. So obviously, I think
Who's on the floor right now?
I'm getting up.
So I think we're on the same page that we want to do this.
I don't care what I need to do to get the information. I need that information.
And I don't want to be on Gore's bad side, and a ticket into Zealous sounds like it could be really helpful for us.
Plus, isn't that where your dad is supposedly?
Do you know that information?
He talked
Yeah,
to us
yeah,
about
Okay,
it.
okay.
Yeah, I mentioned it. Yeah, that's there too, but even outside of that, just for all of us, this seems like something that could be very helpful. And for the Natural Wonders, it would be a great place to, work some business.
Red looks to you all and goes, this will be parting ways, but it will do a lot of people a lot of good if I make it back to Ibercall as fast as possible. And if this is the course of action that needs to be done, I will be in favor of it. Pliskin looks to the rest of you. Hey, if we're going to stick with this privateer shtick, if we can at least play to him and then play to... If we can play to Gore and then play to Lot and not have any crossed wires, this is a good thing. I say we should do this.
All right, then we're all in agreement. Once he returns from whatever business he's got going on out there, we'll tell him we'll take the job.
Though
Yeah,
Pliskin,
by the way, did any of you notice that one of Lot's crew is over there handling some of that stuff?
I hadn't.
Yeah, the small, fluffy one.
the small fluff... the one Scrung mentioned.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, Gore seemed to take particular interest in one of the boxes they were bringing in. Also, do you think maybe with some of those boxes they might have smuggled in some of those orbs that we ran into on our ship?
Red and Pliskin look to each other. I'm going to roll an intelligence check for both of them. Red kind of looks... Pliskin's like, I don't know, but Red's like, maybe we shouldn't discuss matters about that inside an entire fort.
Yep.
That's based on magic.
Yeah.
Though that is something I have taken notice to. It's odd. I can sense magic in this entire place. It just drips with it. That's the Leisureman's entire deal. Their whole regiment is nothing but magic, but if you were to ask me about what the Tabaxi bring in, something about it feels fake. Like it's artificial.
Well, they were talking about devices, so...
And being as the Navy is with technology, and the fact that Mr. Convictora was very adamant about technological advances inside the Carnival, that might be what that might be what's got Gore all riled up.
Possibly.
Though that does piece together with why the Navy's so uptight about the onrush.
What is that, by the way? I understand if it's painful for you, you don't have to go into too much detail, but just
Roll persuasion.
something for me to work with. 16.
She's very, very broken about wanting to say this to you, but the fact that she's been with this crew for quite some time, she feels that maybe it would be best to disclose a little bit of information. Not a lot, but a little. I'm with a sect that follows the ongoings of the Onrush. The Onrush, a few years ago, well, no, not a few, quite the number of years. Quite the number of years ago, were the reason why there are so many abyssal running amok. They came from they're just creatures that have no discernible, mean of appearance. We have no name for them. That's why we only know them as the Onrush. They came from the north, poisoned the earth with magic, and heroes that make up the Legerdemain actually pushed them away. They weren't able to defeat them, but at least have them leave. Unfortunately, my sect, who take care of the responsibility of what was left over, deal with the fact that there are now creatures that devour the blood of its kinsmen. That is because of the Onrush.
Okay, so scary creatures from the north showed up, messed things up with magic.
Do you know why we never go to... Remember when Mead told you his story about why we never go to Barnacle Bay?
Yeah, wasn't that some weird experiment to create artificial magic and then it really backfired?
It was the Onrush.
Ah. That makes a lot of sense.
The North is poisoned, though North Zealous will never state it so. They've done a good job to at least clean it up. Now it's just a matter of time to worry what's the next attack.
All right, well, thank you for sharing that. I know that couldn't have been easy. But
by doing so, I might have just accidentally made you all part of my sect as well.
Well,
while I'm getting dragged into things.
Pliskin's just
seems
like,
to be our
oh,
habit."
God damn it, again.
we have a bad habit of falling into,
New sects.
new sects and problems that we can happen to lend a helping hand. So, Red, you've been nothing but good to us, so if there's anything we can do to help, feel free to let me know.
So long as you can ferry me to Iberkal and get me to my fellow colleagues, I say that will do enough.
It's a little out of the way from what he wants to send us to, but...
Actually, it's not. It's to the...
You said it was to the east of Iberkal, was the...
Yeah, on the eastern coast of Iberkal.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Iberkal is to the west of that island, isn't it?
Yes.
So it's just basically around the bend from there.
Like,
so
yeah,
so it would be a little
you're
bit.
going a little bit around the bend and going up.
Yeah.
That's where you're investigating.
Yeah, I figured our path would lead us down towards the Unwitnessed Kingdom and then up north to circle around, which would mean we'd have to go a little bit further to get to Iberkal.
Well, how we get there is no issue, so long as we find this ship.
Yeah.
We find this ship, bring it back, bring back the crew, bring back its crew alive, and make sure no gremlins are afoot. Then everything should be fine.
Makes sense to me.
I look over at Red and Pliskin, and you, I guess. So have any of you dealt with gremlins before?
Pliskin looks left and right. I've only heard of them. I've never seen them before.
Never met one.
They are magic eaters. There is no magic that can pierce them.
All right. So
That's why it's got the
Magic is
Navy
out.
all got their tits in a twist. If you got a gremlin on that ship, it could easily dismantle and destroy any form of magic you got. They're very rare, but
We're gonna need
they're
rowboats.
very resourceful for a lot of the pirates' dealings.
that makes sense. Well, all right. Then we'll just have to prepare for that when we deal with this.
With that, do you guys have anything else to say before I decide on what happens next?
Nope, I think we've
Yeah.
covered pretty much all the bases here.
All right, Gore returns. He has a little bit of blood on his hands. Oh, I'm sorry. I had to take care of something.
Hey, I know what it's like when the help gets a little rowdy.
I look back outside. Perception check of a modified 20. How are the cats doing?
Oh. There's a man covered with a blanket on a stretcher being towed away with a tail sticking out of it.
Yeah, sometimes things get rowdy and you just gotta handle it.
Oh, I know. Especially when they're conspirators with the pirates. We don't.
Pirates on this island?
No, I know! We have to look into this now.
Oh man, that sounds awful. Like, how did that even happen?
I have no idea. That's why you're going to go. Well, I of course, I am making assumptions. Will you take the job?
Yeah.
Sounds like you have an awful lot to deal with. We'd love to take
Yes.
some work off your
Here
plate.
you are. He just drops down like 10,000 gold in a bag right there. That's for the half of your payment. You'll get the rest when you finish the job. Remember, do this within 3 days, or the money gets taken back.
Within 3.
He said he wants this done before the deal is finished.
That's a really long trip for 3 days.
Well, then we better start planning.
Also, you might be, I apologize if I feel like I'm confusing you guys on that. Like, it's essentially like, remember, it takes like maybe 4 hours, 5 hours to ferry people from Iberkal to here. From the southern side.
Right. It took us a couple of months to get here from Jahal Cove, though, didn't it?
Right.
Maybe it's just not all to scale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, I'm going to say do not worry about time. Like if
Gotcha.
if you do take this, it's going to probably cost you like a day.
Okay.
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 So you'll pretty much like if you take this quest, it's going to cost you a day.
All right. Well, I say
Wake is going to get to work on a to scale map.
I apologize.
No worries.
but I just nod graciously and go, we'll do our best to do whatever we can to help. You've been nothing but good to us, Lieutenant Gore.
Oh, trust me, you'll be doing a lot of good for the Navy, son.
Happy to help.
He like claps his hands. That leather sound. He gives you a toothy grin, and you notice the fang. He's not even fucking afraid to show it. There are canines hanging down this man's jaw.
Yeah, I nudge Red and just kind of like,
I'm gonna roll perception and just, well, I guess, would it be to try and gauge
Knowledge.
exactly what he is?
Knowledge history.
Okay. 13.
You ain't got a fucking clue what that is.
All right.
You've never seen physiology like that, and Red is not really concerned about it.
then I let down my guard just a little bit, like,
Yeah, Red, I rolled a good thing for Red. Red's just like, strange. She doesn't say it out loud, but she's just like,
Yeah.
She has the look of like, that's odd.
I basically, do kind of like a nod, bow. And with that, Lieutenant Gore, I'd hate for us to take up any more of your valuable time. You seem incredibly busy.
Oh, I am. But trust me, our time was well worth it.
Absolutely. This seems like
He takes his hand out to shake.
I reach mine out and shake it as I figured would happen.
All right, roll a con save real quick.
13.
All right, you actually feel your arm break as he snaps it up.
Oh!
Wait, no. Snaps it back down, goes back in place.
he dislocated and relocated her elbow in one move.
It's quite a grip you've got there, sir.
Oh, thank you, my boy. I do a little bit of workouts.
It shows.
In my age, it's very important for a man to have his exercise.
Well, you've been keeping up with it great as far as I can tell.
And that's what we'll take a break for now.
All right. We'll be right back after this. Hello, Wonders, and welcome back to the table. All right, so we got our deal set with Gore. We go punch some children and
Subdue them. Don't kill them.
subdue damage only.
We're going to bring some heavy lullabies from Eloy, hopefully.
And this will all be probably the day after the...
Is there anything you guys want to do before we skip on to the day? Because that was pretty much the only thing you had planned for this day.
There is one thing that I've been thinking about. As we're walking out, I'm talking to Ezra. There's actually something I've been looking about acquiring. Do you know any good, reputable magic item shops around here?
Flash cut!
Well,
Hello, friends! Welcome to Legitimate Larry's shop. Ah, a repeat customer.
Larry, have I got a guy for you?
I look over at you.
Do you now?
No.
Who's this?
Hi, my name's Sheldon.
Ah, Sheldon, that's quite a lovely name. Put her here, you. Crap. Come on inside.
Okay.
He's so energetic.
Of course I would be. I'm like a burst of wind.
It is quite breezy in here.
Yes. What can Legitimate Larry do for you?
Well, Legitimate Larry, I'm looking for a very specific type of magical item. I hear you carry those. I'm looking.
Look around you, son. You've come to the right place.
Well, I'm looking for potentially something that I can send a message back and forth with, so that I can potentially communicate with any group that might be, far away. Like, I don't know, something that can send either a written or spoken message.
Ooh, that's not bad. Well, I have quite the few options for you. Are you aware of this little ditty? He pulls out a scroll message animal.
Thinking about, what does this do?
Oh, well, you find yourself a cute little critter somewhere around you. I don't know, like a seagull, perhaps, or a crow, or even a cat. And then they'll deliver a message to you once you tell them which person you wish to speak to.
All right, and this is a scroll, right? Like, it has
Yes.
one use?
Yes.
Do you have something that's more repeatable?
Well, not with that. However, we do have scrying orbs, but those are quite expensive. Are you okay with that? Legitimate Larry will find a deal somehow.
Well, if Legitimate Larry's looking for a deal, he's come to the right man.
Oh, son, I like you.
I told you.
I know. Oh, my God, how did you find this man? He's so good.
I am the luckiest. Anyway, I'll let you two continue with your deal.
Now, let's talk business. He, twirls his hand, snaps his finger, and the entire wall flips over, and there's, 4 scrying orbs of various size sitting right there on the shelf. Right. Are we looking for something of a more display for whoever's on the other side, or just a quick burst of messages?
Just quick burst, something that we can, maybe talk, back forth through real quick.
Legitimate Larry knows you want the smaller size. Legitimate Larry understands sometimes it's how you use it is how it works.
All right, now I'm guessing that they come in a pair so that you can talk through them,
Of course,
right?
this is a display model.
Of course.
So it's about the size of the inside of your palm. Legitimate Larry tells you that it can send a message between distances of at least... how far do you think you want to have this message go?
I'd say... I'd like at least a few miles.
A few miles? Like, how many miles?
Like, if I left a crew here, I'd like to be able to communicate with them from,
Legitimate Larry's
Ebercall.
if you're gonna do that, from Ebercall, from here to Ebercall?
Yeah.
Legitimate Larry's gonna say that the better solution would go for the lowest amount of frequency, you're probably gonna get the second to lowest. The more you aim towards, the second to the largest, that's your better choice.
Okay.
The smaller they are, the less distance you're gonna have between them.
So size matters in this situation.
I told you.
I see. Well, unfortunately, I need to be able to carry it around with me, so something that size probably be a little difficult.
The second to smallest size is about as big as that natural 1 die.
I see.
Pretty much the little dice you have right there, the green one, the inspiration die is about the smallest one.
Okay. I could probably pocket this. Now, how much would a pair of these run, Mr. Larry?
Oh, well, legitimate Larry has a deal for you.
I'm sure you do.
Son, I make deals. I make sure shit comes in, all right?
Anyway, he's a real deal maker.
I'm a real deal maker, not like all those other people, like, that Jacqueline at the bazaar. Ooh, hate that girl. Anyway.
She has some fine masks.
She's quite bizarre, if you ask me. Anyway. For something that could reach you for that amount of distance and that size. He starts like crunching numbers in his head. He's like, $7,000.
7,000 gold, huh?
Yes.
For the pair?
For the pair.
I am going to, it's insight versus his trying to...
Are you trying to figure out if he's lying to you? That he's trying to like scam you?
Yeah.
That's an insight.
Okay, insight check. That is a... 17?
You can't tell if he's japing you or not. So far, the price for what this device is doing for you, it seems like a good trade-off.
Yeah. Ting, ting, ting. Would you be able to give me a demonstration as to how they work?
Oh, well, of course. He goes into like a box like that's on the opposite end of the counter, and he starts rummaging through. Here's a skull. Here's a rat that's silver that walks on its own.
Ooh.
Here's a bat that transforms into a cloak when he puts it on the table. Here we go. Here's the second pair. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot your name. Ezra?
Yeah, that's me.
Ezra, please come here. I'd like you to demonstrate.
Oh boy, I love being the assistant in a magician's trick.
Alrighty. Now, do you see that booth over there? It's an Iron Maiden.
Yeah?
Go inside it.
Ah!
Shuts the door.
Okay.
He also gave you the orb.
Hello?
So, and you see Ezra in a cramped space. There's no spikes, but there's him with the orb. Hello?
Hey.
Oh, hey, it does work.
You see an image of Wake looking at you.
Hi, Sheldon. Is everything still good on the outside?
Hey, Ezra, yeah, it's doing good.
So, real quick, roll me a investigation check, Wake.
Okay. That is a 16.
There's a mummy slowly peeking in on the side.
So, does it work? You can see me?
Yeah, but I think
What?
there might be some distortion. Would you look over your left shoulder?
It's real dark in here. There's not really much light.
Roll
I mean,
acrobatics to try and turn.
I mean, this thing's protecting light, right? I don't know. I'm not in a dark space.
18.
The door opens up and he falls out.
What is that?
Yeah, it's okay. So that
Larry's
was
kind
there.
of just like pocketing his hand as like a little gust of wind goes away.
So did it work?
Yeah, it seemed to.
I wasn't scared in there, by the way. It was just,
Claustrophobia, I get it.
Yeah. It just makes me a little uncomfortable, you know.
So do we have a deal?
You know, for a repeat customer, I feel like,
Oh, he is, not you.
Oh, yeah, but I'm part of his crew. So
Yeah, we work
essentially I'm
together.
here by him. At the very least, he's giving you a pretty nice referral.
If you want to try and negotiate this, word it up, and I'll tell you if you get an advantage on this
Yeah.
persuasion roll.
No worries. You know, since, I guess you could consider me part of this referral program. I mean, like, these guys, like, they came to me, they're bringing you some pretty good business here.
Absolutely, and like you said, with the performance and the magic orb that you gave us for Eloy and his performance, like I'm already doing the advertising work.
Wow, you're really going to be promoting this shop to thousands of people.
Absolutely,
That is incredible.
It's just showing off its wares, and after all, we're probably going to be using this for communique frequently. And I guarantee you, our crew is going to see how convenient that is, as well as the other people we're
Anybody
we're
that
bound
we
to
need
work
to,
with.
yeah.
Like, there are going to be tons of people
We do
seeing
know
us
lots of
using these
people.
magic items, and when they ask, "Excuse me, sir, where did you get these brilliant magic items?" Legitimate Larry is going to be right on the tip of our tongue.
And
ready
with
to
wares
go.
like these, this can't possibly be your only location.
There's only one legitimate Larry, son.
Oh, of course there's only one legitimate Larry, but have you thought about franchising?
Expanding.
Roll persuasion.
Can I get help from him?
Yes.
Cool, because charisma sucks on my end. It's not awful. 12.
I assist with a 19.
Go on.
So I'm just saying, if we could knock the price down a little bit here, we might be able to scope out some pretty key points for extra shops for you. And, bonus, if you're within range, we could call you right away.
Now, how will I know that you will actually call legitimate Larry? Sounds like a mother situation. You called soon, sweetie.
When are you going to call me?
Here's the thing, legitimate Larry. I think we could have a pretty good business. I think we could have a pretty good partnership moving forward. I mean, I don't know if your friend. I don't know if our good friend Ezra here has told you yet or not, but we're planning on having a traveling show ourselves. And should we need, I don't know, more magical items to, say, make that show look a little bit better, who better to go to than legitimate Larry? Now, if we can work out
exclusive proprietor?
an exclusive proprietor that we could possibly work with and maybe get booths at our show.
Roll persuasion one more time.
19 this time.
I'm assisting with a 9.
Well, we kind of swapped ways.
Yeah.
It's okay because legitimate Larry only fucking rolled a 7.
He's seeing dollar signs.
Yeah, no, you just hear, we're in the money, go through his head, and there's the fucking, the mummy just jumps out with like a fucking thing of dollar bills in his hand, like, yeah!
I imagine him doing.
great.
I'm imagining him just doing like the mummy's just jumping out there doing the Warner Brothers frog dance.
Yeah.
So if we could knock, I don't know, a few thousand off that price tag, we could probably.
4,000.
I think we can come to that agreement.
It's a deal. Shakes your hand. You feel a gust of wind blow all around you.
I do my damnedest to gust him back with my own wind. I imagine this is how you shake hands.
Oh, yes. Also, here. There's a card in your hand.
Ah, perfect. Is it? I'm just thinking it's a business card.
It's a business card.
Well, now we'll definitely know how to reach you.
1 second. Pulls his finger. He pulls his hand. Like, he pulls his hand up. That gust of wind blew a little bit of Ezra's hair out. There's a clump of hair. Goes at the orb. Starts blowing wind on it, and it goes inside. Now we have a way to contact.
Excellent. So now we'll be able to talk to him.
Great. It wasn't noticeable, was it?
Roll medical.
17.
Now you're fine. It was like 2, maybe 3 strands of hair.
It's why you have a hat.
Also, it was Scaffy's fingernail.
Now Scaffy has a way to contact him.
Yeah.
Just starts tapping.
Yeah, he taps on. Yeah, he just he like things
Scaffy!
up. Oh jeez.
I rolled a 1.
He things himself up to the scrying orb and just goes. There's Larry.
Scaffy, your command of the day. Summon Larry, we need help. This is all falling apart.
We need legitimate help.
The magic is rebelling. We need legitimate Larry.
All right. Well, you got yourself a pair of scrying orbs that go for at least 30 miles.
All right.
Nice.
I'll mark that off of what.
They only have a 3 time per day use.
It's more than enough. As long as we can have a back. Or if we're having like a full conversation, how much time is that in?
10 minutes.
10-minute conversation? If we just wanted to use it all up in one go? Cool.
Yeah. All right. And anything else you guys want to do before we move on to the next thing?
Nope, marking that off of Gore's payment to us. So now we have 6,000 from Gore.
I just wanted to see. I realized I only have 10 ball bearings left from our misadventures before. Just wanted to see if there was anywhere I could.
You can
go
stock up.
stock up
I'm
on
going to
that.
say for the sake of brevity, you
Yeah.
can find a place to stock up.
Okay, yeah. How much would that be? And
10 silver pieces, depending on how many you want.
I had 1,000 before, so I'm just gonna get back up to that.
Back to 1,000.
Yeah.
That'll be 10 gold.
All right. Done and done.
All right. So you guys return back to the ship. How have you been doing?
Eloy's just been practicing getting the whole show set up. He's
Okay, so now I just want you to picture Grammy in like a fucking like regular heavy metal roadie outfit, just like with a hammer, with nails in her mouth, going.
Big leather patch on her back that says the big dummies.
Yep.
Eloy and the dummies.
There's a fucking bandana on her head that says "Metal's not dead."
yeah. This is an all-day affair for Eloy because he is composing a brand new song for the occasion. He's teaching Yeldon his vocal part. He's teaching Grammy her cues with the spotlight.
I'm gonna go find a good place in the galley to set up the scrying orb.
Well, for him, I want you to roll me the following things. I want you to roll me Arcana. Let's see. Arcana, Performance, and Perception.
Arcana 4. Not my strong suit. Performance 29.
Hey.
And Perception 11.
Ziaka is not getting the gist of what kind of magic you want. It's like, God bless her, she's trying, but being an entertainer is not her strong suit. Grammy's got this shit on the fly. She's putting up banisters and shit. She's got all the spots where everything's supposed to go. Pyrotechnics here, like lighting here. This woman's done this before, probably. And you, on the other hand, you are making sure that everything is going well. It's clear as day that Ziaka's struggling to figure out what the fuck she's supposed to be doing, but everything else is going fine.
Ziaka, it seemed like you didn't even want to let people know about this spell. It's feeling like your heart's kind of not in it.
It goes against why I'm trying to collect back the collective one. I'm trying to show my ability to not be greedy. As a candelabra falls out of her robe.
No.
And like the tail, like it falls out, then her tail just goes.
All right. I feel like maybe I put pressure on you and I don't want to make you slip back into old ways if this is what you're trying to do for yourself. So, you know what? I think Grammy and I got this one.
I apologize for not being useful to you.
No, no, oh,
Break her little heart.
no. Look,
The hood flop.
oh. No, when we have more time to practice, because this is such a rush job. Next time we're on a big weeks and weeks out on the ocean, we'll come up with an act that's between the two of us that's something that you can be proud to put on and not feel like you have to force yourself. Because I know there's the heart of an entertainer in there somewhere, but I feel like this ain't the way to go about it. It's got to be something that you believe in. That's not just you trying to please me, but that comes from inside.
I've never done such a thing before. I've only ever been making sure that I could please the collective one. I don't know how it is like to please others through entertainment. That actually would be quite well if I could do that otherwise.
Yeah, well, it'll be more of a low-pressure thing so that we can just, relax and have some good times. That's all I want that's the whole reason why I'm here, is to make people happy. And if it's stressing you out, making you unhappy to try and do this with such little time, then no, I don't want that.
Roll persuasion.
Persuasion 22.
She feels like a weight has been lifted off her shoulders as more gold falls out of her hood.
Yeah, she'll be fine.
She just picks that up and then just slithers on off, just like feeling like a million times better. She has a little bit more morale in the fact that she wasn't doing the best, and this whole like turning things into gold spell was not something she is proud of. Meanwhile, there's Grammy with just like she just walks over with a plank of wood and just throws it at you. Put this up!
You got it, Grammy. This lady knows her business.
Okay, people. When the high note comes on, you flip the lights.
And there's Golfer just like, what?
You heard me do it! For fuck's sake, you people don't know how to fucking mill your way around a stage. This is pitiful.
Don't we perform by candlelight? Legitimate question. I don't know.
The fuck do you think this is, kindergarten?
No,
What's that?
Legitimate Larry got us this spotlight orb, oh, you're going to love it. It is great.
Oh, you met him too. Yeah, he got me this. This way we can communicate with the ship when we're away.
That sounds almost as useful.
It sure does, Eloy.
Oh fuck!
I'm gonna roll perception. Just look at the ship. Go look at the ship with all of the work that Grammy has done.
Oh fuck! Roll investigation.
Yeah, where's all this scrap wood coming from?
Investigation 16.
Oh no! Oh no! There's a lot of different wood here. This doesn't look like this was part of the ship. This doesn't look like it was breaking apart. This looks like it came from somewhere else.
She probably took it from those booths that she said she owns.
Now, Grammy, I love what you've done with the place. This looks honestly amazing, but I'd be a bad captain if I didn't ask. Where did all this come from?
Granny got a deal on some good wood. It was off in the side, you see? Points over in that direction.
That's a naval ship.
We're just not going to talk about this.
You got permission for that, right?
Yeah. Let's go with that.
This is gonna be, you know what? better to ask forgiveness than to suddenly have this come crashing down on us.
You want this show to work or not?
I really want it to work.
Then
Grammy.
shut up!
Okay, but here's the deal,
You heard her,
Grammy.
Captain.
Grammy, now look. You've been a great help. You've been fantastic.
Her
But
eyes
I'm-
bulging out as you talk.
But I'm the captain on this ship, and every so often, I'm gonna have to put my boot down. If this comes back to bite us, you're talking to them.
Roll intimidation against Grammy.
Intimidating Grammy.
Modified 20.
I like a man who takes charge.
Waddles off in agreement.
Okay, thank you. Oh my god. I just look at like, that just happened, right?
Yep.
Okay.
She likes you.
We talked with Gore. We found out our ship had been spied on. That might be the scariest part of my day.
All right, so you spend the rest of the day setting up your stage.
Yep.
Is there anything you need, like me, to know before we move on to this next part?
Nope. Just the way things are set up. Besides the spotlight, and I guess Grammy. What's the word I'm looking for? Pass that job along to Golfer. That's fine. But yeah, that's just gonna be going in between me and the sails, depending on the part of the song. And then I'm going to have the stage set up with just a stand for my portable piano.
Ooh.
My Centauri bongos below that, where I can beat them with my forehooves whilst playing the piano,
Alrighty.
and I've got my bagpipes slung across my back.
Okay.
So we're getting that one-man band thing
Yeah.
that we've been wanting.
Yeah.
That one Centaur band.
All right, good. All right, so if there's nothing else you guys want to do, you're pretty much just gonna like have the day to yourselves, rest up after all the shit that's been going on, give yourself a little bit more time to plan, get some food, and then we move on to the next day in the afternoon, where a crowd begins to congregate around the Yeldon.
Is Calliope there? Wake's just curious.
Roll perception.
Nat 20 plus Pistachio's blessing.
She's not there.
Oh.
And you know because you saw
She's with the
everywhere.
calls.
Yeah, I know, but I figured they'd show up.
They're going to. It's just, this is the very beginning of the day. Apparently, word's gotten out about this. So this is like the early crowd of people who are just like, ooh, there's gonna be a event. So like, word's gotten out.
All right. Well, with the crowd appearing, I have my top hat and my performing gear on. Welcome, everybody. I hope you're ready to see the Battle of the Bands go down. My compatriot and good friend Eloy is ready to duke it out with the Bards College and figure out if he's got a place among their numbers, which of course he obviously will because he's a fantastic performer.
Persuasion.
Nat 20.
Word.
The fucking crowd's losing their minds, just like, holy shit, we've never seen someone like this. Is gonna be awesome. And there's one tabaxi out in the crowd who just like has an Eloy shirt. Fucking yes!
Painted, I imagine.
Yeah.
And of course, after you see the performance of this day, remember the name Eloy and Ezra, part of the Natural Wonders, the Lockwood Natural Wonders.
The one villain cat, just like, fuck you!
You made a fan.
We have meager beginnings now, but mark my words, someday we will have a traveling show, and we'll perform for all of you. Just keep our names in your mind, as we will one day come to your homes.
As you're saying that, there are more Azamar actually making the crowd as well. These are noblemen.
Yes, here, the Lockwood Natural Wonders.
You're gonna keep this up?
Performance of a lifetime.
I'm still in my battle garb, so whatever.
Yeah, so who else is going to be out on the
I don't
deck?
feel like wearing makeup.
Apart from everyone else who's going to be, like, you know, making sure that everything's all set up and everything, everyone else kind of, like, is just keeping to themselves. They're still on the ship watching, but, like, they're not going on stage. You can obviously bet that Scrung's just sitting there just like, oh, my God, shut the fuck up, I'm tired.
But thank you for coming by. The show will begin in a little bit, and just make yourselves comfortable. It's sure to be the show of a lifetime. I descend back into the ship.
Yep, so... There's everyone now just standing there, just like looking at Eloy. Well, this is your show.
All right, is it time for the show to go on?
Oh no, it's not time yet because there's someone. Gulfer actually comes to you, Captain. You got someone wanting to come on ship. Looks like a fancy git.
Head over.
No one gets fancier.
Yeah. Wake's just over talking to Nedra, like trying to teach her like the 101 of key. At this point.
Yeah, so you're pretty much just doing that with her at this point.
Yep.
So remember Mr. Thorne and Mr. Nagalt? Well, they're the ones asking permission to get on board.
Come along in. Welcome.
Here comes fucking fancy robed elfman.
I imagine him like David Bowie.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That is the reference.
Cool.
Fuck yeah.
Hi, Mr. Thorne.
Hello, Eloy. I see you have quite the performance getting ready for us.
Oh yeah. I ain't never done nothing this big and fancy in my life. I'm so looking forward to this, sir.
If you don't mind, we would like to at least be able to look at the stage so Mr. Nagalt's extras would be able to put on their performance as well.
Oh, of course. Grammy. She's in charge of all the stagecrafts and such. She's the person to talk to.
And concessions.
Stretches out a golden hand, I assume.
Yep, stretches out a golden hand. It's a bowl of beef jerky. You pray to God it's not elephant.
Ooh, yes, please.
It's elephant.
That is, You know what? You probably shouldn't be giving out free samples before the show.
You're right. You, glamour boy. Follow me this way.
Hobbles on over. So, Nagalt came by with a bunch of people who have like some instruments, a lot of horns, a lot of brass. There's a guy with a percussion. A lot of them also look like they're just here to sing as well, like to perform like a backup chorus. He does actually ask, though, is it all right that he could also use the sails as a means of showing off something when he uses his magic?
I mean, it seems only fair. That was, great minds, man. That was my plan.
Very well. So,
As long as he doesn't damage them.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to
oh
say,
no,
if I'm nearby,
he has no intention of damaging them. He's going to use minor illusion. He said.
That's fine.
He's using an illusion spell to showcase something.
works for me. Just keep the pyrotechnics clear.
Oh, there are no pyrotechnics.
Excellent.
There are just mostly people to help him back up his story.
Then that works for me. Just wanted to make sure no harm comes to the
Imagine these
elven.
people standing there. No, it's legit. No, he's talking true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. I was there.
He's legitimate, Larry. No, he's real.
Someone flipping through a book. Checks out.
So the more people are starting to gather in, you finally watch as. So you guys pretty much were staying at the calls for the entire time, unless you want to stay on the Yeldon at
They have comfy
point.
beds. I like their beds.
Yep. So Calliope and the rest of the calls are actually like the call. Oslam, Serpil, and Oso and Calliope are now standing at a balcony watching the performance.
Yeah, look cool. Look cool.
I wave at Calliope. Hey!
Hey!
Hi.
Hi! She's just like pointing at Serpil, just like, you see this giant fucking sword? It's cool.
I know!
Hey,
Fun
wait,
people.
did you see how excited she was to see Ezra?
Yeah.
I think they'd make a cute couple. What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, like, it's kind of a. Anyway, Ned.
Oh, Eloy. Eloy, she's not my type. Anyway.
I guess I had the wrong read on that one.
Also, there's Riff going out in the crowd. Riff and Pliskin are now like handing out holy symbols. Like, are you here to talk about Selima? Do you like Selima? Do you like Selima? He's peddling. He's working the crowd to get some money.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he's working the crowd. He's like, you went to the spa. By all means, take this token so that Selima's blessing can be brought upon you. The sun will always shine.
Meanwhile, it's like Scrung out there pickpocketing her.
Oh no, Scrung's just sitting there, just like, rocks at the performance suck. Rocks at the performance suck. 25 gold. Hey! 25 gold. Are you fucking deaf? 25. Thank you.
25 gold for a rock.
Here you
Wow,
go,
he's
rock.
really good at
They're
this.
really expensive rocks, Wake. They're really expensive rocks. 25 gold. 25 gold.
I'll
thank
take
you.
one of those.
Oh, here you go.
Give him
50
25
gold.
gold.
It's a really big rock, Wake. It's a really big rock. Got it out of the ocean today. It's got a little dead nautilus in it, too. You see that?
Why did it die?
I don't fucking know. It's dead. Take it.
no.
50 gold.
I'll give it back to you. Hold on. I don't got it on me.
You know he's good for it. I say like loud, like to the crowd, as if performing. 17.
Rocks, who wants rocks? Come on, rocks.
That's a good lad.
It's a really nice rock.
As a little nautilus tentacle looks up at you.
Oh, you live. I say in Aquan. Oh no! I go and drop it overboard. Live. Blunk.
I'm still a dad.
Shit.
All right, so we're gonna. Okay, so everyone's ready. The entire crowd's like prepped. Everything's gone silent. Nergalt says that he'll give you. He can say either do you want him to start or do you want to start. This is so just for the sake of everyone knowing what the rules are. How this works is your performance is based on what the story you're telling is, how you perform it, explaining how you perform it, and then making a roll. Depending on what you tell me will garner if it's an advantage roll or not. Based on how many points are tallied towards the end from the beginning, middle, and end, the final score will say if you won or not. Do you want to go first, or shall Nagalt go first?
I don't know if I want to follow him. You know what? You go first.
All right.
Wake went out and bought some popcorn. Just found a nice seat.
Scrung puts a rock in it.
Oh, fuck. Before the show actually starts, Ezra's just casually hanging out on the deck, but doing like card tricks. So sleight of hand. 28.
That's some fucking sick card hands you're doing, my dude. You are. It's like you're using magic to make all this card shit just happen.
Just keeping
Hold on.
Keeping the crowd
The one
vaguely
dude with
in-
the t-shirt. Yeah, he just throws you money.
How much?
$100.
Hey!
He's the foaming at the mouth guy from Avatar.
Yeah. Just a little fucking tabaxi dude.
Well, someone in the Fine Day Boardwalk likes us.
All right.
Assuming that's every cat.
So, Nergalt gets on stage. Everything goes quiet. Friends, though some of you may or may not ever trek outside the blanket of our grand country of Las Seranas, listen to my tale of beings beyond this realm. Boom. Percussion. Beings of great ferocious power. Boom! Lights turn red. The chorus starts going ooh, so like you're getting like a Scar vibe from this. Beings that once threatened our way of peace. Boom. The light now goes up on the top rafter, and there's a lookout of what looks like the ocean. However, in comes this wayward vessel that looks like a fucking piece of hell itself is floating towards you. And the beings who pushed this monster back where it came from and ensured our way of peace. Heroes, all sorts of shapes and sizes. Dudes in knight armor looking angelic as all get out. However, I want you guys to roll me an intelligence check.
4.
6.
15.
Wake, that tower shield looks oddly familiar.
Does it have red feathers along with it?
You don't see feathers, but that tower shield looks like you've seen it somewhere very recently. As my tale will be of one that tells you of the onrush. You're open. Let me roll for him first before I do so. That was him introducing what he's going to do. I want you to introduce what you're going to do before we go into the first part.
Okay.
Oh man, you have to interrupt these acts. That's rough.
This is just to gauge the crowd. So, all right, that's that.
It kind of really goes to show like how much showmanship you put into it, because if your act can't stand being interrupted, then maybe it's not all that strong.
There are a lot of rocks in this popcorn. I could probably make better.
Eloy throws on his feather cloak.
Oh, wait.
Roll with advantage.
No, not yet.
Hi, everybody. My name's Eloy, and I thought long and hard about what kind of song I should play, what kind of story I should tell, whether it should be my own adventures or a time-honored classic like the Ballad of Billy Punchy Face.
Whoa! Punchy Face!
And I want to be honest with y'all. All I really ever wanted to do was sail around the ocean and make people happy with my music. But I've come to learn that music can express all kinds of emotions, and today's not a day for happiness. You see, the city of Bulkhard has lost a friend.
Oh no.
Oh, fuck.
And today, I spent some time.
I take my hat off. You can
I attended his funeral this morning, and I got to talking to his family and his loved ones. And I'd like to share his story with you. I only knew him for a very short time. I may have gotten some of the details wrong, but I believe I've captured the spirit.
Woo! The guy in the crowd, roll persuasion.
That'd be a 23.
All right. 23. I hate this.
He lives on.
I hate this. You
Lord
know
bless.
this, right?
We remember. The wonders remember.
All right. Let me just double check if I got this right. I do. Okay.
He lives on in our stomachs.
So-
He'll fuel you to victory.
Ballad of Billy Punchy Face, Dirge of Pistachio.
Folks, I call this song Spumoni's Lament.
You people can never bitch about pistachio ever again.
Turnabout
after
is
this.
fair play, DM.
I'll allow this. This is fun. I like this. So we return. So that was your turn. Now we go on to the beginning of Nergalt's thing. Pretty much, I'm just making an exposition dump for his story.
Sure.
Many years ago, a wayward vessel, one carrying a storm cloud that turned the sky dark red, was rumored to sail the northern islands of our country, housing a crimson devil that sought conquest beyond our beautiful landscape, our clear oceans, beyond our beautiful landscape. Oh, geez, I might have wrote that wrong. Oh, and the blood of every man, woman, and child that lives on this planet. With dark magics no righteous man can wield, the devil spread his dark influence over the northern islands, warping nature itself, man, and magic into a twisted shell of its former self, hell-bent on chaos and destruction. You're watching as, like, this entirely towering man stands on top of this hell rock that's in the middle of the ocean. You can feel, like, just the absolute dread of seeing this man. He doesn't have a form. You can't name this form. I want each of you to roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Pistachio, see me through.
Modified 20.
17.
10?
10.
Oh, dude, it shook you up. Something fucking fierce. You are feeling the dread this man is screaming out to the audience as the vision of whatever this creature is looking out beyond you. Wake.
Uh-huh.
Something about this seems familiar. Almost gives you a kind of familiar vibe before you even met any of these people. Let me continue on real quick. With no true name to be given, no quarter given to any man. With that, we call this evil the onrush. And you hear like the fucking percussion just kicks in. There are people coming on with like masks and shit, showcasing like just all like when he said like man, woman, and child, there were people just like coming out on stage, all illusioned up to look like people just in fear and dread. The choir is bouncing in with like their oohs, ahs, and again, this feels like a be prepared moment. This shit's happening. I'm going to roll. Holy shit, that's a good roll.
See Eloy kind of shooken by the performance. Don't worry, man, you got this.
Yeah, just giving Eloy a thumbs up from off screen.
All right, your turn for the first part.
All right, this is going to take a second of preparation.
What now?
Just a second.
Oh, boy.
A second of preparation.
Oh, God.
Oh,
He's
man.
at the
He's at
soundboard.
the fucking mixer?
He's laughing maniacally.
Wow, he's really been putting thought into this.
Fucking Jesus. Why do you think I showed up early? Yeah. Moment, give us a moment,
Oh, God.
folks. Oh, fuck.
There's a soundboard involved.
A familiar soundboard speaker appears on our table.
Yep.
I'm sure the sound will carry over.
Yeah, the sound will be...
So how are you guys?
I'm real interested.
I am into this.
I'm super into this, too. I don't even care if it's pistachio related. This is great.
This is just the curtain closed and just like the audience is like, oh man, what's
Yeah, so that's why it's like who in the audience can hold the most attention and
Yeah.
shit.
No, it's all right. Okay. Is it going to be loud enough?
We'll see.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Quick second.
All right.
Curtain opens.
Spotlight hits.
If you've ever been to Spumoni's Crematorium in Ebrook Hall, then you know that there's nothing better to cool you off on a hot afternoon than their famous triple layer ice cream. But you may not know just how much the Spumoni family lost to be able to bring it to the people of Ebrook Hall. The Spumoni sisters, Coco and Sakura, had been working on the recipe with their little brother Peter for years, but they could never quite find the final ingredient. Peanuts, cashews, almonds, walnuts, they tried them all. Finally, in secret, Peter prayed to Brookelina, the queen of ice and winter, and she answered his prayers. With the first bite, Peter knew he'd found the final ingredient. With the second bite, he knew he'd found perfection. With the third bite,
Roll with advantage.
So to explain what was going on there, the piano and the drums he was playing manually. Minor illusion into the orb to conjure the beautiful ice creams that people at home could see. When those cut off, the flute, because he cannot talk and play the flute at the same time, the flute was also a minor illusion, which was why the ice cream went away before the flute cut in. I thought this through.
Real quick. So roll me that, and then roll me Arcane afterwards.
Okay. So that's a nat 20 on performance.
Nice.
So,
yeah.
so modified 30.
Modified 30? Fucking Jesus.
Yeah. My first roll before advantage was a 19.
Wow.
And then Arcana 13.
Okay, let me just roll real quick. All right. The crowd is getting into the illusion. Like, a lot of them are just like, oh, it's an illusion, but they're like, oh, wait, no, the special effects are actually kind of legit. Shit, I really want ice cream right now.
Yeah, Wake's just looking down at his popcorn. It's like, why did I get this trash?
Lo and behold, there's Grammy with a bowl of ice cream.
Oh my God, thank you.
Yeah. Are you gonna guess the flavor?
Survival check of modified 20.
It's blood. Orange blood.
Oh, blood orange. It's really good. I like sherbet. Thank you, Grammy.
I sleight of hand 16 to try and just get a scoop on my finger.
Roll it.
16.
Sleight of hand 16
Oh, 16?
versus my. Wait, what am I rolling against?
What do you want to do?
Either stop him or I guess I have to notice. Sleight
If
of
you
hand
notice,
first.
it's investigation.
Okay. I match it. Does that notice?
Enough to know that his finger is reeling away. He got some.
It's good.
Not bad.
Oh, also, I forgot to mention when the first part of the story ended on a cliffhanger, the silence was not normal silence. I cast silence on the audience
Oh,
to
God.
really sell the tension,
Oh, fuck. Okay.
and left it there just long enough for people to notice, like, oh no, this is eerie, and then let it go, like just long enough to be a little uncomfortable.
And now we move on to the second part of All right. One carrying storm cloud. Okay, here we go.
I want to know what the third ingredient was. Screw this other guy.
Now, Wake. I mean, Sheldon. We have to let them perform. It wouldn't be fair.
Fine.
You watch as a being kind of like erupts from the rigging itself. It almost seems familiar, almost like a same lumbering giant that almost appeared to you at Jahal Cove. This is a image of the Abyssal, and everyone in the crowd kind of just goes, "Oh fuck!"
Most of these people probably haven't even really seen one.
No, but it looks strikingly similar.
Well, maybe the guy has.
The seas gave forth to the abyss. Boom. Men of once noble lineage begin to drink blood from their kinsmen. Red just goes, oh fuck.
That seems like a bad idea.
As the water from around the Yeldon erupts up and turns red and splashes onto people.
Ooh.
Ugh,
A splash zone.
my ice cream.
Let's see. Nature itself began to devour the very world around it, and kingdoms sank into the bottom of the sea, never to be found again. You see,
Not by man.
you watch as like pieces of continents begin to fall. This is like a cataclysmic event, and shit that almost seems like little towers out in the middle of the water begin to sink away.
Ooh.
Retaliation impossible. These magic and creatures from the north wield a power not known beyond us. and it seemed that all hope was lost. Boom. So you pretty much just watched as the world to the north.
Dark middle chapter of the world being sunk.
the world just fucking falling into abyss to the north.
I feel like we're in the middle of that dark middle chapter.
Let me roll. With the fucking ocean and shit rocking, he's gonna get an advantage roll on this one. All right.
Just walks off stage. Good luck.
Okay, your turn.
Yep, and big thanks to our tech guy Brian for holding up his into this. You may fire when ready. Pad 2.
Peter awoke in the temple of Selima, the queen of fire and summer. The priests of Selima had healed him, but they told him that Selima had punished him for bringing a tiny bit of winter into her domain. Although Peter had created perfection, he himself would never be able to taste it, on pain of death. No. Pray to Selima for forgiveness, the priest said. Cast off your sinful ice creams and become a pie monger or a cakesmith. What? But Peter would have none of it. Look at the perfection I have created. I will accept the curse of Selima as the price I must pay to birth it into the world. Do not let my sacrifice be in vain, dear sisters. Yet I know that if I stay here at the crematorium, surrounded by beauty of which I myself cannot partake, one day the temptation to sample my creation will prove too great a trial. Therefore I shall take myself into exile, that my family may be spared Selima's curse. I shall travel to Bulkhard to live out my days as a simple dock worker, and I shall take a new name, a name to remind me of the heights I have reached and all that I have lost. And also to remind me to never eat pistachios, or I will fucking die.
Every fucking child in the audience is just at a loss now. Every child has a crippling fucking fear of nuts.
We just killed the pistachio trade.
Roll intimidation with advantage.
I didn't touch it. Look at it. Look at it. Beautiful.
Another nat 20.
Nat 20. 25.
We've all been getting good rolls today.
It's a good day. I mean, we're kind of averaging out here.
So you want to explain?
So same basic idea there. The flute is always minor illusion. That one was, that's the dark middle chapter, so mostly spotlight, but you could see, and the vocals, the pistachio. Everyone can feel that emanating from the deck under their feet. That is the angelic voice of Yeldon himself. He is singing accompaniment.
But it could be an
Hey, Wake, look down at your ice cream. It's covered in pistachios.
I don't want to die.
It's okay.
Wait. You said intimidation of a nat 20, right?
Yep.
Ah, fuck it. I would have failed that. I don't want to die.
It's okay.
My insight is 3.
The curse was only on pistachio.
They don't know that. They don't fucking know that. Everyone in the audience is like, oh, fuck, what have we done? All the nobles are losing their minds right now. They're just like, we need to protect our kids.
I'm just going to scoop around this because this is good ice cream.
So, do you know what you just effectively did? You know how fucking D&D was considered the devil back in the 70s? You just did that with nuts in a D&D session.
No. I said he himself will never be able to partake of it.
That's fair. But
Yeah, the song is very clear. It is only Only the creator. who
Look,
is
I
cursed.
think Eloy meant this when he said it.
It's an ironic curse.
We're gonna go to war over this.
Fuck the onrush. This is the big deal. Third act for this one. But out of the creeping darkness, a wall of light sprung forth. Everything's blind now.
Fuck me.
So think Justice League. Dudes walking out of light. Heroes of great might, great mind, and great heart rose up against the darkness. You watch as the map appears, and like you're watching as the entire like north section of Las Serranas is starting to get like just rot away, and then right as it gets to the middle part of it, it begins to like just halt, and there are just beacons of light coming from multiple points where even on the map, if people look at it on the Discord. Where a lot of the cities are, or a lot of the landmarks, that's where a lot of them are getting turned into light. Halting its very progress, these heroes only protected their homes, protected what was most important to them. But soon, they began to come across each other within their own personal wars to fight the onrush. As you see multiple, like, heroes. Like, here, there's what you think is Barabbas with the tower shield, slamming it down, and someone jumps over him and leaps in with a rapier and cuts a creature down. There's another person who comes in with a flaming bolt of magic, and then it spreads out as a spine of light reaches up and spread shots it out to kill multiple creatures. In time, they banded together, and with their combined strength, knowledge, and skill, they pushed the onrush back into the sea and crafted a band to send the evil creature upon his vessel to the north. The rot begins to melt away and form a face coming out of the sail itself. It almost looks like the sail is being pushed with it as people go, ah! But then the heroes all take their weapons together and form a single weapon, and a sword comes down and slashes it away, and it gets pushed out of the map. And this band, you know, is known today as the Leisure Main, as multiple fucking vessels out in the ocean just like appear and let off fireworks in the background.
You got the Navy in on their act.
Yep. Time to roll. Oh, fuck me, and that 20.
Stiff competition.
It's okay. You got two of them.
So that's a... All right. So
And your hero is local.
Let me tally this shit up real quick. All right. Your go.
All right.
Years passed, and not 2 days ago now, Coco and Sakura tracked Pistachio down at the Bulkard docks. "Brother," said they, "we must compete in the Mithril Chef Tournament and win the patronage of the cause, or Spumoni's crematorium will be shut down and handed over to Simon the Pie Monger." "No monger of pies shall have the birthright of the Spumoni family," cried Pistachio. "I will return from my exile, sweet sisters, and the three of us together shall win the tournament, as it was always meant to be." And win the tournament they did, yet Simon the Pie Monger was crafty. And when the cause handed down their judgment, he cried, "Let the chef taste of his creation." And the cause said, "Truly, it is only fitting that though the first scoop be for us, your patrons, the second scoop shall be for the chef. And the third scoop," Simon chuckled to himself, "shall be vengeance." Pistachio's sisters wept and pleaded, but he said, "Nay, sweet sisters, I have eluded my fate for lo these many years. If this be the price Selima demands of me for greatness, I shall not shy away from the payment." And he swallowed his scoop and died on the spot with the taste of the chocolate, the cherry, and the pistachio, all three together, still sweet on his lips. Spumoni's crematorium still serves the city of Ebercall to this day, the one small piece of winter in the city of summer. As for Simon the Piemonger, he is now known as Simon the Pooh-monger, having been sentenced to shovel out the Call's stables for his treachery.
Fuck you, Simon.
Tears in Ezra's eyes.
Yeah, that was like the end of Metal Gear Solid 3 moment, where it's like,
She was a true patriot.
So during the bagpipe solo, I whip out my magical bagpipes and my robes of illusion, big finale, and drop a fucking hypnotic pattern on the crowd twice over and just fill their minds with images of delicious Spumoni ice cream.
Roll arcane with advantage.
It's on the edge. 17.
Is that with bonus or without?
That's with.
Okay. Let me roll real quick. Oh, nat 1. Everyone fucking is into it. So roll that performance with advantage.
17.
17. All right. Let's see. Now I gotta tally up your score. Oh, whoops. I accidentally gave his score, your score, on the last one.
How dare you!
Let me switch that. Sorry about that.
I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Cliff Eintunes Weinstein, our music guy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I was wondering where the music came from. I should have figured it's our guy.
Yep. Yeah, he was a real trooper and put that out, did a real quick turnaround on that, and just knocked it out of the park.
The crowd goes hush as Oslim takes the stand.
The very prince himself.
The very prince himself will decree the winner. Audience, I thank you for coming to this, the Battle of the Bands. May I ask of you to please raise your voice as I point to your victor. Everyone points to Nergalt. He gets a moderately loud roar.
Boo. I'll applaud my opponent.
Nope, that's good. The entire deck rises and screams. Your victor, Eloy.
Yay!
Just wiping tears away. Ezra's just
Nergalt turns to you.
miss him.
Nergalt turns to you, takes his cloak off, removes his hat, and takes a bow to you.
Oh, I bow back to him.
You have claimed yourself as a performer of valor through the College of the Wandering Scroll, the Wandering Scribe.
Thank you so much for this opportunity, sir. I will do the college proud wherever I go.
You get your money back.
Thank you so much for your generosity. Now I can go to the next one.
Yes!
That's already all paid for.
Plus a 10,000 extra.
Whoa.
And he gives you his scroll of his song.
Ooh.
That was, oh boy. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so very, very much. I will learn this by heart.
Thank you. I don't have the stats for it just yet, but that is a magic spell for you.
Ooh.
It does come with a spell. Not going to say it off just yet.
All right.
The crowd erupts in joy and starts throwing cash at you guys.
Woo, bonus money!
Let me roll for that. You get... $742 gold in change.
All right.
That's Eloy's money.
So with that, Nergalt just takes his bow to you. He gives you a small certificate claiming your victory.
Your badge.
And you get, no, and he does get a badge.
Oh, nice.
That's how you know the badge is legit.
You are now recognized by the Bard colleges as a official member. You are given the right to grant yourself a pen name.
Ooh.
So the rest of the colleges may know who you are.
Oh, I'm going to have to think about that one.
Before you leave, please give us that so we can leave a message to everyone else.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
The rest of the crew come up and just congratulate you on your victory.
Thank you so much, Grammy. Thank you so much for your help. Golfer, thank you. Ezra, thanks for helping me get that. Oh boy, that orb did it.
Oh, absolutely.
Legitimate Larry. That's my orb! I did that!
Yes, everybody go check out Legitimate Larry for those magical orbs.
Yes, come friends, let's go to Legitimate Larry's legitimate shop!
Some of them are probably still sitting there in a stupor with ice cream in their head.
Yeah, you probably got like a bunch of people still sitting around. You got actually a bunch of people coming up to you. Like a bunch of noblemen are inquiring about the Lockwood Natural Wonders.
Yes, of course, yes. As of right now, we're just a small startup company, but we're planning to build and expand as we travel.
I'm gonna have to set that up for next time.
Okay, that's fine.
That's gonna be something I'm gonna have to take some time to think about.
No problem. I'm just all Ezra is doing. He's just in full advertiser mode, just going on about how he's like
Roll persuasion.
just got grand plans. 21.
All right, fair enough. I'll make a note of that. All right.
Traveling, I just want you to remember the name Lockwood Natural Wonders.
Oh, trust me, people will. And even His Highness steps up to you and nods in agreement. That was quite the performance. I can't say that I understood quite what's going on. However, that still was a very stirring song you performed.
Well, thank you so much. I just wanted to do right by Pistachio and by the Spumoni family.
I have no idea who you're speaking of, but I assume...
I don't know who that is.
They do ice creams in Ebercall. They're very nice folks.
I feel bad with the heat you resonate. You probably have never eaten ice cream.
I've had ice cream before.
Oh, that must have been some really cold stuff.
I suppose so. In any case, that was quite the performance. My brother might have a use for you. I don't mean that in an offensive way. I apologize. My common, again, is not all that fantastic. But if you wouldn't mind, perhaps if you have the time, I would love the pleasure of you performing for my youngest brother, the king.
Would that take place in Ebercall?
Of course.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that's where we're going next, right?
Yeah, we
that
do.
is a
We do
planned
have
trip
a
we have.
mission up that way.
Yeah, just a couple days. So yes, of course.
Well then, if you wouldn't mind, grant me some time to at least make this deal go through, and then I would love to assist in accompanying you back to the Call's Palace.
Wonderful.
We would
Your
be
highest
very
honor.
happy to have your company.
There's
Highness.
just like Calliope just up in the rafters, like, what? She's fucking just freaking out. Just
I look up at her. Another royal, right?
all right. So with that, we'll give you guys a little bit of a time to rest before to visit the lots.
Yep, got to do that first thing in the morning, I'm guessing.
No, that's happening next.
Oh,
Oh,
Jesus.
jeez.
We're
But let's
just heading
just
right
check-
over there.
Let's check what time we got because I
like-
feel like with enough time we probably could start it, but we won't get that far into it.
I feel like we've hit a very high
Yeah, I feel like
note.
we've hit a very natural
Yeah.
breaking point.
Yeah, I feel like we're going to have to visit the lots next time on the Natural Wonders. But before we do go away, it's wonderful. Eloy won his performance as he deserves with that.
Yeah, no, that was great.
Bravo, putting that together, Ben. Like, snuck that in under, I assume, other than Brian, all of us.
I cannot
I
wait to
didn't
go
know
back
I
and
didn't know
look at.
jack shit about this.
I can't wait to go back and look at the Twitch archive just to see people react.
It's gonna
live.
blow the fuck up.
I believe it.
Oh, it was so hard to keep that to myself. I wanted I wanted to tell the mods especially so bad, but there was nowhere I could have said shit to them that you might not have seen.
Yeah, that's a good
And you
call.
wanted to surprise him the most.
Oh, absolutely.
No, and that influenced a lot of my roles. Good on you. Mine was just meant to be a lore dump. I did not know it was going to get this fucking involved. But thank you.
but
That was
man.
a treat.
that was wonderful. But yeah, let's move on because we do have some fan art. I know we had the fan art stream earlier today, and by the way, that is why there will be fewer fan art on here in particular, because from this point forward, Tuesdays at 2:00, I'm going to say. We're going to be sitting on the couch in the other room and just looking over a lot of the TFS fan art, not just the D&D stuff, but we got a lot of Nuzlocke fan art coming in now. We got a lot of fan art in general, and we're just going to do a nice little fan appreciation, or is what I was calling a fansploitation stream moving forward. But here, let me pull up Twitter here so I know what I am going to be looking at, because I always do this last. And in order, TFS at the table, go from latest. Oh man, we already got some new ones. I can't wait to see these.
Oh.
For
Next
next
Tuesday.
time. For next time.
Yeah, that was the other thing. I wanted really bad to tell everybody, like, hey, any pistachio fan art, you can get me before Tuesday, but that would have tipped my hand too much.
Trust me, there's gonna be there'll be something thumbnail related to pistachio on the next one. I swear.
It should either be Eloy related. Like I don't want to
Eloy?
give. I don't want to give that away at all.
That's also fair.
Yeah, keep the pistachio stuff out of the
I
thumbnail.
mean, Eloy can be on there because everyone knows his battle of the
Yeah,
bands
it's the
was
Battle
coming
of the
up,
Bards. All right, but first up here, we have. This has been an ongoing series by Scrap Paper 22, and this is one that just came in earlier today. This is Onslow and his stand.
Nice.
It's got like gator fists, which I imagine shoot out like. Also, it looks like part man maw-y. I don't know if you can see it, but it's like oozing out of the corpse.
Yeah.
It looks like everything what I like to imagine his stand does is everything he kills, something becomes a part of it.
Just a
Kind
Franken
of like
monster of his.
Mega Man-ish.
Yeah. Gain the kill the creature, gain the power.
Yeah, thank you so much, Scrap Paper 22. He actually has a series of these.
Yeah.
We looked over a few of them earlier today.
There are no
definitely
names for
check them
either.
out. There are no names. I called Wake's Drowning a Pool.
If the artist has names for them, please, by all means, give us a
Yeah,
list
absolutely hit us up. Meanwhile, very appropriate for today, Sage Green Cat, drawing our David Bowie
of them. Ooh.
head of the college or head of the
Headmaster of the
college,
college.
headmaster of the college here. Probably not looking so high and mighty after that defeat.
Oh, dude, he wanted to be defeated. That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
point. The college is like, hey, if you could best us, by God, please do it.
Yeah, I actually feel like it's kind of weird that the college is like, we're going to put our best against you, and if you beat them, you're allowed to come in. It's like, what?
It's not you're allowed to come in. You're allowed to graduate, I think
Yeah.
is what we're doing here.
Yeah, no, he just graduated to be able to take more of these tests. So
Yeah, he graduated this college. That's what people study here for years.
that's why it's such
to
a big
do.
spectacle. It's because, like, you're paying for the traveler's permit, so you're pretty much giving the opportunity to skip all the fucking classes to be able to do the performance fight.
Yeah, let's see how good you are. Oh, you're really good.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. By Sage Green Cat again, we have this lovely, oh so, make it so-so. I love this Gore. It's like, yes, hello, my boy. All right, thank you so much, Sage Green Cat. Next up, let me read the name. It's cut off by the Commission's Open tag. Nikki T Square, Nikki Square, spelled out.
She's a common artist on Unexpectables.
Well, this is amazing. This is
Yeah.
Nedra petting a nightmare. Just really, like, I love the look on Nedra's eyes. And I like the black outline in her eyes, too. I don't know why.
I really like the lighting effect from the flame. Like, I think that just
I like
looks
that her
real cool.
whole arm is on fire and she doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, Nikki T Square. Commissions are open for anybody that wants to hit that up. All right, next up, from Fuego. I showed this off on the stream earlier today, and I'm pretty sure the ones that we're going to show off from this point forward, I have showed off earlier today. But I like Wake imagining, I like the way that I describe how the hat looks, but I love this cartoon version of it, which I can only describe as sounding like meh.
You literally look like a Battle Block Theater character.
Yes. Nedra, yes. Nedra, yes. There's Team Turf and Surf there getting ready for a bit of a brawl.
Bit of a scrap.
Thank you so much, Fuego Mo. Next up. There's Eloy. I love this cartoony design. Like, it looks like Eloy from a sitcom.
Yeah.
This is by Chris Tian, GDR Team. That's Chris without an H. TIAN, so Christian, basically. GDR TEAM. Thank you so much for this piece. I absolutely love it. I love how meaty his arms look.
Yeah.
I love how it looks like one shirt tail's longer, like he buttoned it crooked.
Wonderful.
That's how whenever someone asks me, like, oh, you're doing a D&D campaign, how do you describe your characters? That sentence right there is how I describe Eloy all the time.
Next up by Dave, son of Dave.
Yeah.
Can we just talk about why Grammy has 2 bullet holes on her shirt?
I think those are just stains from cooking.
Yeah, they are stains, but I'm just like, you know what? No, I like my idea that she took a shot and just kept going.
I like how tiny she is, or maybe that she's growing out of the stage.
You know what? Let's go with the second one.
And then she's just doing some screamo.
Secret ingredient!
Do 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 do. Burning, burning, ga-ding, ga-ding.
I love how subdued Onslow is compared to basically the rest of the group.
He's like, I'm just here to play the
here.
banjo, son.
He's a professional.
Yeah, I do my job, and that's what I'm here
A
for.
consummate professional. Next up here, by Blitzy the Dragon, we have our little Coliseum keeper, Henlo.
No, this is Pogo Gama. He's the head of the Hunter's
He was the
Lodge.
Hunter Lodge.
Oh,
yeah.
this is the Hunter's Lodge guy. That's
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. I feel like
Based-
he's the
based
NPC
on
we
a-
would have met if we chose option B on,
That's
on
right.
Zoo Heist Night.
Based on a friend of mine who is also a streamer, Desert P.
Nice. So yeah, at Glaive Chio, their commissions are open, and I just love licking its own
Yeah,
eye.
that's-
Hello.
Hello.
Nah. Gotta keep them hydrated.
Oh, hold on, a cricket.
Thank you so much, Blitzy. Next up, we got Legitimate Larry.
Jacato, thank you for making one of the best NPCs.
He might be recurring at this point now.
At this point, I think he has to be.
He's like the genie's seedy cousin.
Yeah.
Jasper PRL. This isn't how I imagined him. I imagined it I really like this Rayman design where his arms are connected by wind. I kind of imagined him with just the upper torso, but then his bottom half is a tornado.
A
but-
torso-nado.
While I won't say this is how he canonly looks, I love this. I fucking absolutely love this.
Yeah, the Disney's genie's legitimate brother.
Yeah.
You can trust me.
Even his design's
Oh, my
legitimate.
cousin has a used car lot. Just come with me.
Thank you, Jasper PRL. Next up, we got our punchy princess, full anime mode here, getting ready for a brawl.
Yeah, you said it was like Aisha Clan almost.
Yes, yeah. That's the only thing that smirk and those eyes remind me of.
Yep.
This is by Misaka Loves You, at Misaka Loves You.
Hey.
It's all spelled out. And that's Misaka, Misaka.
We love you too.
Yeah, and we absolutely adore your artwork. Thank you so much for sending that in. And is that the last one, or do I have one more on here? Oh, I got two more on here. Oh, cool.
So surprise
This
for
next
you
one
too?
up, by Scandranin.
Ooh.
Yeah, we have Serple here in full gladiator armor.
I am going to say I am pleasantly surprised to see fan art of this character. I'm just like, wow, someone took time to draw Serple. That's fucking awesome.
No, they got to be combat ready if they're the guard.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Scandranon01, SKANDRANON01. And also in that tweet, they also gave a line sketch, but I included the color one because I
Yeah.
figured that was
Yeah,
the
yeah.
finished version.
The
Shows
finished
better.
version we want, yes.
And the last piece we have by yes. We got Lieutenant Gore here by at Sir Malervik, MALERVIK. Commissions are open, by the way.
Look at this Gaston looking motherfucker.
Yeah, no one Gastons likes Lieutenant Gore.
Oh, yeah. I can totally see this is him, when he was a kid.
Right. Yeah, this is
Hello,
the-
boys.
fresh face out of the academy, getting into the Navy.
Yep.
That's how I imagine it. Like, man, that jawline.
Oh my God, this man. This is awesome.
He could cut diamonds with his
Fucking
chin. But yeah, thank you everybody who sent all of that lovely fan art in. And again, we do have we will be from this point on having the fan art stream at 2:00 Central Time on Tuesdays, starting about 3 hours before the D&D
Yeah.
campaign.
Sounds right, yeah.
So yeah, feel free to join us for that. For whatever days we are in here on Tuesdays, whenever we're not on break, we will also be having the fan art appreciation streams or the fansploitation streams. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight, guys. It's wonderful having you guys aboard our lovely ship here, and we'll see you guys next time at the table.